Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
Welcome to season 2, episode
Six?
six. Thank you.
Maybe.
Of Critical Builds. I am the show where if you don't submit, it don't exist. So thank you guys for.
Don't submit. You must quit.
Oh god! Thank you guys for joining us. Oh man, it's been a really nice Saturday over here. I don't know what it's like where everybody else is, but it's been not hot, not cold. It's just been just right. Where if you step out of your house, it's the exact same temperature as it is on the inside as the outside. It's been beautiful.
Wasn't it like
But yeah,
snowing last week for you?
it was snowing a couple of days ago.
Yeah, we had like 2 inches of snow in one day.
But
then they immediately
It's
melted.
beautiful today. It's been beautiful today. So what was I gonna say? Shit. But yeah, thank you for joining us. It's been beautiful. And now we're here, and we're gonna be talking about some great builds, some questionable ones, and it's gonna be a good time. So let's go ahead and introduce some of the guys that is here today, and we're gonna start with. He's not ready, so let's just start with the.
Hey, welcome to the Critical Build Show.
Nice.
You guys know me. I'm the Chooch Magooch. It's simply doo-doo. Maybe it's doo-doo.
Maybe Julio.
Thanks for coming out. I appreciate you guys. See you on the other side of this one.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, yeah, what the fuck? But yeah, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Always a
What does that
pleasure.
even mean?
And then next up, we got.
What does that even mean?
It's a good question. Sometimes I don't even
guys
know.
on the other side. That is
This
some
one.
real. That is some real McConaughey. Like, all right. We'll see you guys on the other side. We'll screen wipe and I'm just fucking with you. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Don't have a name. Let me change that.
He's B.
The man with no name.
Yeah. So how's everybody doing? Welcome to Saturday. Another day, another dollar, another war, another. I don't know.
This is the guy that Jay-Z thanks all the time. Every time he wins an award. What he said? What up, B?
You go. Live editing. I'm Brian, Bro Builder, here to talk about some crazy builds and actually really excited to talk to this guy that is hanging out with us today, our special guest. So pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Brian. And then and as Brian mentioned, finally our very special guest this evening is let's just have him on screen.
Oh, what up, guys?
Hey,
Thanks for having me.
Hey, this fucking guy.
Look at this
Yeah,
guy.
this guy.
Man, I haven't seen a camera in a while.
Welcome.
Boom. What's up,
Maybe
guys?
he hasn't
Thanks for having
seen
me.
you.
True that. I've been lurking, but I've been here. In
He's
spirit.
always watching.
Ever present.
Every
Trolling.
time I see this workspace, I get more and more jealous.
Yeah.
Well, it hasn't been used much, but
It's so cozy. Look at this little corner.
Don't tell anyone.
there's my new puppet. My puppet. Where's my puppet? There it is. Bam. My wife made me a puppet.
Look at him.
He has a
Wow.
puppet.
He got a nice beard. I like it. I like him.
He's a
Yeah.
hat. But
Holy
That's
cow!
fucking awesome.
this is my Christmas present.
That
Look.
is pretty awesome.
Look at that. Name tag and everything. Where's my camera?
Courtney is awesome.
Yeah, Courtney's.
That's awesome.
Pretty lucky guy right here in all aspects, in all regards.
Yeah, she's
Hell
best.
yes.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm glad to enjoy your company yet again.
Yeah.
I'm kind of uncomfortable judging some things, but I'm ready.
Hey,
Let's get it.
It's not judging. It's honest observations, my bro.
I was like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But
Constructive
I'm excited.
thinking.
Constructive criticism, critiques.
Yeah.
critiques,
I have some
critiquing
good, I
inequality.
have some bad, but I'm going to try to keep it as unbiased, objective as possible.
You never know,
Here
man.
we
You
go.
might get yourself a T-shirt.
Oh shit!
So here is your Steam panel tonight. Just the four of us. Both Kyle and Z are a little bit busy, a little too busy to do
Oh
the show
man, I missed those
tonight.
guys too.
And I know, man. I mean, they were really looking forward to seeing you tonight, but things
cool.
happen and
Hey, it's
things
life.
are all
Man. We're shit.
Exactly. So, this is the four of us tonight. But that doesn't mean just because there's four of us, that doesn't mean that the train stops. So let's move. Let's go to our first stop of the evening with a quick critique, or not a quick critique. And this one is by this gentleman right here. Mr. Mr. AI Paintworks. He didn't give me his real name, so I don't know what it is. We'll just call him AI. And
Okay.
let's see here. I'll give you guys his quick build name and background, and then we'll start taking a look at his work. So this is the HGUC Messer Canon Black TriStars version. The Messer is such a big boy and has so many blank surfaces. I wanted to go full on Scribby with this guy. But turns out I didn't have much time to get it down, so went the other way and went basic. Wanted something unique, unlike the many messes out there, so I decided to go with the traditional tri-star scheme and double spike shoulders. Also used modulation painting again, but tried to be a little more subtle this time as compared to my Man Roadie. Aside from that, pretty straightforward. I know there are some silvering on the decals, which normally doesn't happen, but probably because this time around I skipped the gloss coat step for decaling on semi-gloss paints.
Ding ding ding.
And then if he when asked if there was anything specific he wanted us to look at, he said nothing really. Just do your most. Just do your most and pick it apart.
Oh, don't say that.
Taking off the leash, man. Damn. But yeah, let's go ahead and share his build right there.
Yep.
Right.
There we go. So who wants to start us off?
Solid work. Aside from what you mentioned in your synopsis of this build, I really enjoyed it. Like Black TriStars works really well on the Mercer, and I didn't ever think of it before.
Mm-hmm.
Pab says this all the time. Dust your kids off before you take photos of them.
Oh my god! First critique of the evening for me across all boards here. I'm sorry, guys. Like, seriously, every build. This might be the worst one out of all that we're going to touch on today, but all of them are dusty as shit. What's up?
Dusty kids.
Like,
so,
get a brush. Get a brush.
Yeah.
Dusty shit, guys.
I feel like for a lot of people, right? Whenever it's time to take photos of their kids, usually it's obviously it's the last thing you're doing because you're all finished. You've put in all this effort and all this stuff, and
but when you look at that first picture that you've taken before you take and tear down your setup of having the thing already, and can't you see all the dust on it?
Yep,
that's just me. I mean, and that immediately takes you out of scale because what piece of dust is going to be that huge? You know, it's just me, or maybe not me. It's just if you're going to submit.
No, I 100% agree. I agree.
Yeah,
it's very important. Like, if you work so hard on this build, and this build, and anybody, and for anybody else, you work very hard on this build. You put in the time, the effort, the modifications, the color scheme, the painting, everything. Do you not want it to be presented in the absolute best way possible? Like, do you not? You want it to look the best. I
mean, it's okay. I mean, shit. If I turn my camera around, my shit's covered in dust now. But I'm not. Yeah. It's like, hey, look at this. So, I don't know if some people may be like scared of. I mean, I brush my stuff, man.
Especially if you got a top coat down, a quick brush over it, and it's not gonna hurt.
Super easy.
I mean, they make special modeling brushes, like static-free modeling brushes. They're expensive, but you can roll that way.
One makeup brush.
Boom.
One makeup brush, right? Yeah,
one makeup brush. It's $1 maybe.
Painting it out. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Dust it off. Aside from that, like
Pab's got the fancy.
I would have loved to see different finishes.
Oh, sure.
Different finishes on this. It would have been incredible. Like just gloss pops here and there. It looked really, really nice.
I think that those weapons could have benefited from another tone or two of gray integrated with the pattern. Yeah. It's just like a gray and white, with the white accents, like the gray flat, which makes sense because most times weapons are disposable, and so they don't put a whole lot of time into making them pink camouflage. I don't know what's wrong with Americans.
Can I point one thing out right here while we have got this picture, because this is perfect. There's a very, and see, I do this. I'm pointing it out because I notice it on my own builds a lot. You look at that rifle where the seam was, you can faintly see it still through the paint.
Right there.
And it's just that extra bit of putty, a little super glue. You wouldn't see that. It's just
be a flat surface.
It's one of my notes, so check that one off.
There you go. This man doing it right. But yeah, you do on this. Staying on the weapon, you do see that he did try to add a little bit of color separation. Like you got
the color separation's great. I think. I mean, it's done really well too. I mean, masking. If I'm not familiar with this kit, so I'm not sure what seam lines had to be removed. They hide it really in the message.
I'm pretty sure it's straight up clamshell, right? It's like it's just a clamshell weapon.
The rifle,
so, I mean, not to say that like the clamshell. I mean, the whole kit itself. Like, I'm not sure what seams we have going on out of the box, but it looks good. It's good.
The most impressive part of the build itself, like the snap build, is the chest, because it's like multi-jointed. You can get a lot of rock out of that chest, which is really cool.
So the one thing I will absolutely give, I don't know his real name. Is this thing has presence.
Yeah.
No, it's great. I mean, I am a sucker for symmetry, so I love the double shoulder spikes. That's just my personal opinion, though, but it's done really well, color-wise and paint. As far the decals, they're silvering, like you said, but it's just because it didn't get a gloss. I'm pretty sure. I mean,
oh no, yeah, it's definitely just
before the gloss before the decals, but some of the decals are off too in a few spots.
A little tilted here and there.
Yeah, like the lines on the skirt are a bit off. Yeah, there's some mold lines on the hands too, just like little things. But I mean that's me nitpicking because it looks good.
It really does. Some panel line in those elbow like cuff, the white area in there.
Yeah, it looks a little plain.
Yeah, it looked really nice.
So one thing I'll absolutely applaud this build is he said he wanted to go all out with all the scribing and all that blah blah blah, but he ran out of time and decided, oh, you know what, I'm going to stick to the basics, and I absolutely applaud him for that. Like, people want to do all this technically
extra
amazing extra things, but sometimes when you break it down and you go into the basics and you do the basics extremely well, sometimes you get a result way better than anybody who's trying more complicated.
But techniques. You put that up against something that's done a lot more modification that doesn't look. I mean, it's going to win. It's going to.
Yeah, I feel like these photos are a little bit. The photos are a little bit blown out. Like
definitely bluish, like whitish.
Yeah, there's a tint to it.
Yeah, cool tone.
And then I was just thinking, TriStars too. At this time period, weren't they like Jesta colors?
Look at you, Riddick. No idea.
TriStars and the unicorn. Oh no, this isn't. This is Hathaway.
This is Hathaway's Flash.
Yeah,
I know, but it's Flash. Well, like, what's the year? I'm sorry.
UC 106.
96. Isn't that when did the Jester come out?
That's
UC 96. 96.
Okay. All right.
And then obviously since this is mostly primarily either a dark gray or black, where you do have the modulation, I think it is nice and subtle, right? Like, I mean, it's most noticeable on these the forearm
with curves. Okay. With curves really pops.
Yeah, I do, however, wish there was just a little bit of separation between this dark gray and maybe another shade of dark gray. Just to kind of, because like you do have a decent amount of colors here, and I think they're balanced very well. But I think I'm looking at that and I'm thinking that just might be because of the symmetry.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Could have dealt with a little bit, nothing like really crazy, but like something to break it up a little bit. I know what you're talking about. Color separation.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, because I mean, obviously you have that purple, and that's very iconic for the TriStars color scheme. But I just think a little breakup, maybe here and there. I mean, like somewhere between these
some
two.
gloss finish would have broken it up, and you could have just kept the same colors.
True. Also that.
That's what I was thinking originally. I was like, some gloss in here would have looked crazy.
Would have looked very beautiful. But it's. I mean, this is an excellent
it's
build.
gorgeous.
What? So I'm trying to understand what's going on with this base.
There's one thing I did. I don't know if he added some scribes to the rocket arm launcher. The right side, it's kind of got a weird scribe. I don't know if there was a seam that was removed or not.
Are you talking about like this thing right here?
So the same, the one that's parallel, that's like the same, like the side of the forearm. Yeah, there's one of the pictures that shows it really well.
Let's see if we can find it.
And maybe that one go there. Go in, enhance, right there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can see it. It's a little shaky.
Yeah. I mean, the color separation on the weapons themselves, because those are just turds, So that was all masking, and that's done very well. It's just this, but when everything's done really well too, that one thing that's weird is like, hey, that's weird.
Yeah, it really stands out, right?
So I'm gonna guess this is due to it's a bit of a curve of that surface, and I'm wondering if that's just because of the molding process, right? Because usually sometimes you get the little bit of a dip in the plastic. Like if you had just maybe flattened that out and
I don't know, that kind of does. It kind of does like a sine wave.
Yeah, almost. So you can see where he's if this is a little bit of scribing, like he scribed here and then kind of he continued because and then but instead of it being straight, he kind of dipped in.
Just a little bit
dipped in and then wavered to try to keep it straight and then kept going. And right, like you can avoid that by keep making sure that these two surfaces are perfectly lined, and then you don't have to worry about that dip.
But if you don't want to go through and fill it, you can find one edge and then just make the panel line bigger.
Right.
So
Yep.
You could it would look better, but that's just one. I mean, that's me being nitpicky. That's it.
Nitpicking.
Yeah.
These are things I would mark. These are things I would hit it for.
And then obviously he did also mention the silvering and some of his decals. Right. I mean, we still.
But the placement, the amount of decals, I think is great. The placement of decals is great. Just some of them are a bit off.
Just a little bit, yeah.
And I'm a sucker for symmetry, so I just look at all that.
Has all that like nice panel wash in the head and all the lines and everything, but they skipped the vents on the chest. I thought that was kind of an odd.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit, and I do strategic panel lining a bit, but that would be for sure a place that shit would collect a little more.
Like those mecha decals. Buy mecha decals.
I'm no ads here, sir. No.
I just did it.
Hi, Jonlyn. I got to tell Jonlyn hi. She said hi.
What was the name of this build?
Mesa TriStar.
Yeah, the HGUC Mesa Canon Black TriStars version.
I'm willing to bet that this guy's name is Juan. Juan Ashraf? Ikwan? Potentially?
His name is Ai?
That's the tag. That's the tag on the image. So.
Oh, I see. And possibly.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, and the upper.
I went through the drive. Yeah, and the drive, it's linked that way. I assume that was.
Oh yes, there it is. Okay, I see. So last thing, because I don't want to stick to one build too long. The base. Like, is that just a printed out sheet of something, right?
Yeah.
Like
to the top.
Like I'm not really sure. I mean, and I'm sure this is this is just a quick thing to put the kit on top of. But I'm not sure what's going on with this edge. I'm not sure.
It looks like the base is weathered.
Yeah, he's trying to weather the base more than the kit.
Okay.
Clicking on this one. But I mean,
strange.
It makes sense, but yeah.
A little strange. But yeah, okay, so yeah, if you guys don't follow this guy at AI_Paintworks, gorgeous build, man. Like
great build. Great build, man.
Every time I see a really well done Mesa,
I want this kit. I want this kit. And I know he's got the other 99% of it from that shoulder pad. Yeah, so
man, dude. I
like the spiky cauldrons. That's good shit.
Yeah.
I would love
It's
to do
tough.
2 of those as like who are they? The fucking brothers from from wrestling from WWE back in like the 90s.
The Legion of Doom.
The Legion of Doom. Thank you.
Yeah.
They wore like the shoulder pads with like the fucking.
Yeah, oh,
spikes
yeah.
on it.
All the
I'll
spikes.
do them as the Nasty Boys.
Who are the Nasty
No,
Boys?
Yeah.
I remember that too.
I do not remember the Nasty Boys. Who are those?
They had fatigues on and wife beaters, and they used to do that shit. Or was that the Bushwhackers?
This is a bushwhacker.
Well, yeah,
That
I'm
was the
thinking
Bushwhackers.
the Nasty Boys were in neon with mohawks.
Okay, vaguely. How long was their reign, man? Were they around?
Probably a year or so, maybe more.
Oh,
Well,
it's
Google it later. Google it later. Nasty Boys, but I'm thinking Bushwhackers. Yeah.
Yeah, bushwhackers for sure.
Okay, so
Onward.
Oh.
I was more of a New Age rockers kind of guy, but you know, the Mega Powers. That's more.
I'm old, man.
No, we're talking
I
about
was more-
WWF,
Yeah.
right?
Before they
Yeah.
got changed.
We're talking old.
No.
Yeah, I'm talking like
Like
Johnny
Mega
Superfly.
Power, yeah.
I'm talking the Texas Tornado. I'm talking Ultimate Warrior. I'm talking
Ultimate Warrior's still around,
Hulkamania.
I think, isn't he? No.
OG.
I mean,
No, he
Yeah.
passed away.
123
away.
Kid, man.
Yeah,
We
he
know about
passed away.
123 Kid.
2015, I think. Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the next critique. And it is by this gentleman right here at
This Jen.
Zaku.
Oh,
Yeah,
Zaku.
Jen-
Zaku Zero.
at Zaku Zero, Mr. Let me see his real name. Jose Villegas.
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 Nice
You want to
pronunciation.
be? He actually put like the.
No, I saw.
So
Well,
I was like,
okay,
I don't want. I don't want
okay,
anybody to
me-
mispronounce
hey,
my last name. Put it right
A
here.
white person would go Village gas.
Village
Valley
Gas.
Park.
I don't know.
Shit, I spell my. I would just write my shit phonetically on everything. Period.
Thank you, Jose, for putting that in. You know, that's very helpful. And then his build name background is the OG ARC 78 2 with the SH Studio resin dress-up kit. This was my first jump into resin kits, so I wanted to know how I did and what I can do better. I stayed with the traditional color scheme except for the white, which I turned into a gray. I know I could have done more to separate the colors, but I didn't want to overwhelm myself with that, and looking back, I should have done so. I painted the inner frame with a gunmetal and other different metallics for some of the details. Though the chest?
What?
Oh, though the chest parts that that doesn't make sense. The chest parts that open up, I ended up using the original plastic parts with my own putty to try and fix them. With my own added panel lines. There you go.
Yeah.
Man, this is very confusing. With my own added panel lines because the sanded resin parts, I sanded the resin parts too much and couldn't get them to fit right after adding putty to try and fix them. This was also my first time making my own panel lines. I used Delpy decals along with some of the water slides provided by SH Studios. For paints, I used Tamiya red, orange, gunmetal, some grays, Mr. Color, MS blue, and Tamiya enamels for some details. I bought this kit as a pre-built kit from an estate sale from the door of the builder. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to
Pretty cool
give it some. Yeah, I wanted to give it some life and a new look as a tribute to the unknown builder who had it before me. The lighting is not the best because this kit was rather large for my photo booth, and unfortunately, I am getting a bigger one for future pictures of builds. And then he says, any feedback is welcome. Let's go ahead.
All right. First things first. Dust that dude.
It's a theme.
This will be a recurring theme through the program. Faux show.
Interesting approach.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Like it's like, you know, when you see this, there's just a little something that you're like, that's different.
Yeah. If you want to look at it a little bit more, take a little closer peek.
The pictures are a little just hard sometimes. I mean, they're little qualities, you know. But it represents the work well. I think it's when I have things I need to photograph and they're too big, I just go outside on a sunny day, as you'll see.
I'm pretty sure there's somebody in the audience that absolutely hates that.
Yeah.
Really?
Like,
Why?
man, the trees are making it out of scale. I'm like, seeing the grass is too big.
Well, okay. You put it on a table and you just back out from that shit. But anyway, take your light booth out just outside. Put that thing out. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Okay.
I mean, it diffuses the absolutely natural light of the big giant fiery ball in the sky. So.
All right.
No, the lighting in this is a little bit harsh in some spots. So the imagery gets to be a little bit busy, like visually. There's a lot of highlights popping all over the place.
Activity.
There's a lot of noise.
Well, and the
There's a lot
gloss
of image
is,
noise.
right. It's just
But
glossy.
it's nice. Though.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't enjoy was gray decals on gray paint. I don't know why. It just feels like
That wouldn't happen.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad
I can
putting
see
green
that.
decals on green paint.
That's fine
Let
too.
alone.
Obviously these decals were made for white,
white kit,
pieces,
right.
white shoulders and stuff like that. So that kind of makes sense. But if you, and I don't know if he's here, you could have bought some G3 decals, and that might have been more serviceable for what you were looking to do.
But look at the leg, like the thigh. There's one picture where the thigh's well lit, and he's got like the white on the gray. Like the text is white, or it must have. I mean, it's a lighter gray. It looks pretty good. Washed
White
out.
decals.
Right. Next. There, that one.
That one.
Go in a
It's
bit.
still gray.
Yeah, but
That's
it
still
doesn't look
gray on
bad.
gray.
It's serviceable because you can still kind of see the difference between the
Yeah, I mean the tonal
base
difference
paint gray.
there. I like it.
You can see. I can see that. Yeah. And then another thing I did notice is staying with the topic of decals. Yours, you do have a little bit of stepping.
Mhm.
I wouldn't. There is some silvering. I mean, I think this one is one of the bigger culprits of that.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
You have a little bit of stepping where
Yeah.
I don't know how thick the SH Studio decals are. This looks like these are. I don't know if these are the SH Studio ones or the W decals, but there's
Right.
quite a
It's
large
definitely yeah.
large step right there. So
While you have
maybe
this
another layer.
zoomed in like there is some orange peel on this.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
I
that was
mean,
the next thing we were
I've
going to
seen-
talk about.
Yeah, well, there's definitely some orange peel going on, but
Yeah, I mean, just
Some wet sanding would have got picked that up quick.
you could have
Yeah.
hit it. You could have hit this with a second or another layer of gloss.
and
And
that would have helped
really-
if you just glossed more, it would have helped the orange peel as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, without you don't have to do all the work if you just put lots and lots of gloss.
Make sure that you're using leveling thinner with that gloss you're applying.
Oh yeah. That's
'cause that
like
will also
that's
help.
the
it.
lifeline. That's like the
Yep.
It's the bread on the butter, baby.
Some color separation in this gray too would have been incredible.
Mhm.
But I mean, paint's done well. I mean, as far as other than
Solid.
that's as far as other than the few little orange peel, the gloss is good in some spots too, really well. There is a huge seam in the beam sabers.
Oh yeah, I can see it right
So-
there.
Yeah,
So
right.
yeah, so
Like
this
base.
is another thing I noticed when people start kind of dabbling in resin kits. They tend to forget to also pay attention to the plastic parts of the kit.
Mhm.
Whether and I don't know, I'm trying to remember if the SH Studio ones came with its own beam sabers, but just don't forget some of that stuff because just because you have to focus a little bit more on the resin side of
Yeah,
things.
I
don't
would say
forget the
almost
plastic
when
stuff.
you're adding resin to your an upgrade kit, you want to look at the plastic even more so because they're usually the resin's more high def or it's got more just going on detail than the pieces that might just be left around.
Right,
Exactly.
exactly.
There's a couple spots I think on the shoulder armor. It looks just maybe where and since it was a rehomed kit, I think that's awesome. I think that's so cool to take someone else's stuff and make it your own. Take it give it a new life. There's just a couple spots I saw where maybe just simple peg removal or removing from the sprue left taking some chunks out.
Oh, a little extra.
Yeah, just but that could have been there before. But a little sanding, a little this that. It's been glossed that stands out so bad.
Yeah, that's the drawback, right? So
Mhm.
things really get caught by the gloss, and you can't.
But if this,
hide
I
them.
would be proud to put this on a shelf. For sure.
Look, I mean, you didn't get too much orange peeling here. I mean, you did.
No,
You
that's
still
great.
have a little bit. I just want
What
to
is
know what
going on with
happened
this
right
panel
here.
here? That's
Yeah,
what I
what's
was
going
thinking
on
too. The other panel looks fine.
Like it looks like you got some shrinkage from something. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
It
see,
was
I don't know what happened
cold.
here.
Yeah,
I was swimming.
but that's good. I mean, that's good
Raisins.
looking gloss right there.
Yeah, that's decent. I mean, you still get just a smidge of orange peel, but it's like this is the best surface I've seen
Yeah,
on this kit so far. Like on the just in the back of the head is great.
for sure.
But I love the different the metallics that you apply to the inner frame. That's I mean that's really nice, and it's a nice stark contrast from
Yeah,
I mean I wouldn't say flat, but the just the straight coloring on the outside. That's really nice. But yeah, just a little more care when it comes to if you're making a shiny kit. This is you'll see what you'll notice, and you'll see a lot more of the surface imperfections and the
you
surface.
will. Yes, sure.
Mhm.
There are some good get a good chest one. He mentions he scribed the chest, and he said I think he says his first time scribing. There's just you can especially like with gloss. There's he actually where he has his chest panels in.
Let's see if we can find that.
There's just you can. It's just it could be done better.
Did he say he did some scribing on the chest?
Yeah, he had to reuse the chest. He had to reuse the plastic bits. I think
Okay.
he over sanded the resin and then had to use the plastic from the original model.
Gotcha.
Right side mostly, or I'm sorry, left side, stage right. Yeah, it's like the one that's kind of on top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like gloss. You see those better too. There's another picture that's a little better, but
We'll find that.
that's the Aria in question.
There we go.
Did you get all the picture? Yeah, that's it. I think. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's it. A little overscribe.
Yeah, a little warble.
Tiny bit.
In the
Yeah.
corner.
And then
That is
those little square chunks, they're just not, they're just not all the way to the edges, but
Which is strange because he has an overscribe right here too. Like he has an overscribe, but then they're not all the way to the edge in some parts.
well, probably because he did that. It's like, oh shit, I don't do that again. I'm gonna.
This
That's what
decal,
I would do. Like, but
this decal does not look like it should be here.
yeah, it's that A. It just makes it's like I don't know, but I like the contrast of the white on the blue for sure, but it's just it's a weird placement for that.
That is a definitely strange one. But I mean, and yeah, right there, like we were talking about, just a little more attention to the plastic parts of this kit. Right.
Yeah, that's where I noticed some of the stuff is mostly on the shoulder bits, and I don't know if that is resin or part of the resin, dress up kit or not.
I don't think so.
I think this is part of the stock kit, but instead of kind of paying attention to that, he just pays attention to the resin stuff and then kind of just painted, but not like he didn't want to go through the trouble of finishing up the plastic.
Yeah,
mold lines and just a little more care and attention.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And the Sculpt says at least the gloss coat helps the decals to stick. Now to bump this up a notch, he could just spray the whole kit with a flat top coat. I mean, it could just be a design choice, right? Like an aesthetic choice. He wanted.
Oh yeah,
things
100%.
glossy.
I like the glossy kit.
Mycoplus says that part in the shoulder is a polycap.
Yeah, that is a polycap. So that's what helps hinge that front to open up, and you can see
on a
that
PG it's
part
a
of the hatch.
polycap.
But you still gotta clean it.
On a PG, it's a polycap still.
Mm-hmm. This is the old school.
Okay.
The first PG.
But you can still X-Acto knife, scrape that off, get that down, work
I have a ceramic scraper that I use. Works really well for all things.
That. Yes, I love the ceramic scraper.
Yeah, I mean, just because it's a polycap doesn't mean you don't have to clean it up. Sometimes it does show, and that is something that people will definitely look at when if say you enter this in a competition, that is one of the things people notice.
Totally.
I mean, so like first thing I'm going to look for when I judged an SCGMC was seam lines first, scribe lines. If you rescribed it, so this is where like if you do more work, it can hurt against you because if you do a bunch of scribes and they're dirty up against the same kit that isn't scribed, it's not gonna glare out. But if you're good,
it'll be more to your detriment.
I'm gonna look for mold lines.
I'm gonna say that those scribes look pretty square on those squares on there, but it looks like there's just a little bit of crud. kind of
Yeah,
like
they
in
look
the
really like
scribe
the
line.
square
Yeah,
themselves looks great. It's just they don't go all the way. I don't know, or it could just be crud.
or
That
whatever.
one,
Yeah,
I saw the little nip, the overscribe, and that's what I just went in.
Yeah.
I just went in.
yeah. Zoom in on it, and be like, huh?
And what's that? But
Miko Flaw says, "How would you fix that on a polycap if you're not that great with a knife?"
ceramic scraper, man. Like seriously,
Yeah.
if you haven't used a ceramic scraper before, like they don't take material like a normal knife.
No.
So it's like it's hard to it takes off just the right amount. If if you want to remove that, just get a ceramic scraper.
Yep. Ceramic scraper like this, or like Brian's tool right there.
The
I
one
know
I
there's
have
also
is
like there's also a cheaper version of it on Amazon that's easy, that's more accessible. It's like anywhere between $6 to $10.
Probably this one right here.
There you go. Yeah, the one that Shane's showing off exactly. That one.
It's called Sarah Burr, but yeah, this is on Amazon.
Oh yeah, no, they're good.
Yeah, but you can actually just buy like there's the slices too that you can go get like a Hobby. You can go get those like Hobby Lobby. They're Slice is the brand name.
Oh, let me.
Mine are
let me-
Saracana. Mine are Saracana.
There you go.
So it's the same brand, but they're just a different. This is just a different like hard mount. This is one's thick. There's several ones.
Ceramic scrapers are the shit.
Yes.
Yeah, they're helpful. Not only for stuff like polycaps and stuff like that, but just general surface.
No, like when you mold with, if you want to sculpt something in putty, and especially if it's a flat surface, like on that gun per se, that seam line on that rifle we saw earlier. If you would just put putty on that, and then if you go in first with your ceramic scraper and knock that down, you're gonna save so much time when sanding and filing because especially like Brian's and mine, the ones that have like the thick blades. You can remove some material with those.
Yeah,
it's not that these scribes are bad; they're just things to look out for.
No,
yeah,
they're
it's
great.
the thing. Yeah,
I like the length. I like the placement. They're good scribes. It's just
follow the rule of threes. They're really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're an excellent depth, and yeah, it's just the things. Okay. It's just more the things to look out for rather than these are bad, right?
Yeah. Oh, they're great. Yeah, there's a couple things, and the little abnormalities that exist right now could easily have been remedied, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's like really faulting him. We're just pointing those out.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Drawing attention so that we all know.
It's honest feedback. Like this is like we can't just say this is great because there is something that stands out. So not that they're bad, but they're good. There's just a little nick right here.
So to look at it subjectively, I can't say that it was me saying it's good is my aesthetic looking at it. But if I'm looking at it just there was a technique that was performed, was it a perfect execution? No,
it wasn't.
And it sits along solid lines, so you can see like the little miscalculation here.
The discrepancies, right?
Yeah, discrepancies.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Right.
But they're solid.
Yeah, and
good. Like I said, I would be proud to have this on my shelf.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, he did an excellent job. I think, the fact that he kind of what did he say? Something about dedicating the build to that unknown builder that he bought it from. I think that's a really cool sentiment, and he's definitely. It was just. I think he said it was just snap built. He definitely gave it new life. And
100%. I mean, yeah, it would have been good to see how it looked like out of the box from the estate sale. Like,
side by side.
Like, look, this is what I.
Is it me? Does it feel like those yellows are glowing? Like
they're what?
Can have that.
Like they're vibrant. Yeah,
Yeah, that's super vibrant.
Vibrant as hell.
Yeah, hell yeah.
In the write-up, did he mention what brand of paint he used on this? I don't remember.
He said he used Tamiya. Yeah, he used Tamiya red, orange, gunmetal, some grays, and then Mr. Cluller MS blue and some Tamiya enamels.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Scuffle says maybe he used the Tamiya plastic cutter to scribe because it was his first time.
Hey, I've done that.
Maybe.
Oh gosh,
I got 2 videos on it.
On a PG, it wouldn't be too bad.
It would have been bad.
Yeah.
It would have been bad.
Depends. Depends on how you do it.
Yeah.
Depends on what you're doing.
All right. So, Mr. Damn it,
Jose,
Villegas. Jose,
there it
Mr.
is.
Jose
Yeah, yes.
Villegas. You guys don't follow him. Please follow him at Zaku
Well
_0.
done, Jose, man. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah,
build, man.
yeah.
It's not every day you see a fully glossed kit. That isn't like an overcoat or a candy coat or
no,
something like that.
and to be honest, it's easier to pick apart a glossy kit.
Yeah, a lot of things become a lot more apparent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That
I
just
talked to Mr. Villegas on in the DMs from time to time. Nice guy.
nice, awesome.
Or a sewing needle in a mech pencil. I think that would have been a little bit too thin for something like a PG, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or is it not
Thick
good?
depends. If you were like chasing a deep crevice, maybe. But yeah, sewing needle. Well, it depends on the size of the sewing needle too, because I've had some really thick gauge sewing needles before too. So
Oh yeah.
you're not like talking about like a pin. We're talking like like where's the leather needle here?
Oh shit. An all.
Yeah.
What you guys drinking on? Anybody drinking? Am I the only one drinking?
I've been drinking.
Diet green
usually
tea.
Here you go, like this one,
a little bit of woody.
like that.
That's a big
needle.
thick needle.
That's a
Yeah,
big old thick needle.
that's gonna describe a big old line.
That is a leather needle. So
Good God.
that's mostly what I sew is leather. So what am I drinking on tonight? I'm drinking some Three Floyds Gumball Head
Gumball head.
by Three Floyds. It's really good. I got it in over here in my brewmate.
Ah, it
There it
says
is.
cooled.
Yep.
Ooh.
Which is like a stainless steel
Fancy.
copper, and then it has like an ice puck in the bottom of it, like a freezer
Ooh.
thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Stay
So
cold.
fancy.
I got the
There we go.
Tesseract.
Technology and shit.
Whew. All right, so we're gonna flip the script and do
Oh,
our first.
shit.
Features.
And we'll do our first feature of the evening, and it is by why did Kyle choose this? Man, this one right here
What?
at JShack, JShack.bigcartel.com. Buy something, her mugs or something. I don't know. What, I forget what
Buy
she said.
She got
everything you
mugs.
want.
They're witty. She
They're
got
witty
mugs.
mugs.
Mugging wittily.
All right,
Give her
so
money.
let's go ahead and give her her build description real quick. Actually, you know what? Let's share the build and then let's do a build description.
Yeah.
Share.
This one deserves as much exposure as humanly possible. Right. Here we go. All right, there it is. And then the build. Actually, you know what? Let's start the
Where are we starting?
the slideshow real quick.
Oh, okay.
There we go. All right.
Make it full screen.
I mean, okay, fine. I'll make it full screen, man.
And we can talk behind it. Yeah.
There you go. All right. So, build background description is. I can't do the slideshow without.
Oh, he's got to be able to read it. There you go.
I gotta be able to read it. So, let's see if I can do this real quick. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Hold on.
You want me to read it? I might have it right here. No, I don't.
I got it.
Sorry, man.
Okay, so here we go. All right, so Commander, I ate something and now I can taste colors is the name of this build. One of my earlier builds, not perfect, but whatever. But I do adore the paint job on this one. This was done in all acrylics, mostly hand painted. Most army paints are war paints and Citadel. And this was based off a psychedelic, trippy art. I get a chuckle thinking someone ate something not knowing it wasn't meant to be consumed, and then going into a battle/training and having an absolute trip for themselves. And then she goes on and says, "Zagox tastes like Skittles."
You get like a real strong Keith Haring vibe from some of John Lynn's work.
Mm-hmm.
This feels like the paintings you would see on the Cosby Show. You know what I mean?
The Cosby sweater.
Yeah, it's like a Cosby sweater. Thank you, Shane. Thank you.
Or like it could be the carpet in the Marriott in Atlanta.
Yeah, definitely. Hotel carpet.
Yeah, hotel carpet.
Holy doodoo!
Exactly, Mika.
Where do you get your inspiration from? This is so dope. You know, like she was probably doing some questionable things, and
Probably
then
not. John Lynn's actually
I don't
pretty
think so, though.
benign. Yeah, John Lynn's
That's
just
what she
creative.
tells us. I think
Yeah.
she
Hey,
grows her
man,
own
she's in
psychedelics.
a farm, man. If you have some and you feed it to a cow, then that cow will produce its whole life. Is this true? I don't know. This is what I was told. So buy you some, and then your cows will just produce.
Yeah. Heard it here first.
You just gotta dig through their shit, though.
Oh,
Zoom.
It reminds me of a Tribe Called Quest album cover.
Yeah, dude.
Something like that.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
Something like that.
and then Horse John Lynn says, I don't want to imagine you in anything. Or
I'm
on
totally
anything.
gonna drug you one day, John Lynn. He'd be like, why are the walls melting? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
something.
Something happened.
Don't
to
trust Julio with your food or your drinks.
you.
Yeah. Put a lid on that sippy cup when you're around Julio.
Old bottles.
Which,
Keep them in your pockets.
Which tribe album are you talking about?
Oh, is it De La Soul maybe?
De La Soul, yeah.
I just see some colors on a square.
Straight up.
I don't know, man.
I know what you're talking about.
Something. I don't own the album.
Gucci, yeah.
Help me out, anybody? Nobody?
I like your color choices here, John.
Yeah, they're
What's the
working
word?
on the-
What's
3 feet
the
high
word?
and rising.
John,
talking
you know
about
what that is.
Are you talking about 3 feet high and rising with a bunch of flowers and 3 bros in a circle?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah, that was done
Yeah,
by
let's go with
Keith
that one. It's that one.
Haring. Yeah, that was done by
What-
Keith Haring. That's what I
What
said.
did you say?
initially. It was-
Yes, of course.
Yeah, Keith Haring. Yeah, straight up.
That was
Yeah,
the first
that
thing
was a
Brian
bitch.
said, because Brian knows his shit.
Well, yeah, we all know our shit.
Next time,
like
John
that.
Lynn, put
I like that we're drawing parallels.
a white coat underneath the yellow. It'll
That.
help it a lot more.
I like the solid colored hatch. I don't know why. It just. I
Yeah,
like it.
solid yellow.
Mhm.
And
I like that orange though for sure.
They just decided she decided, man, this doesn't need colors. Let's just make it one.
She says those yellows for a bitch doll.
No, they usually are.
And living color, I could totally see that too.
Anyway,
Did you
what's up,
guys,
Mike? What's up, Superset? How you doing?
Did you guys know that they never aired in living color in the UK?
That's a shame, dude. That show was
Why
great.
though?
I don't know. Like hilarious show, you know. I mean, it groomed and exploded Jim Carrey to stardom levels,
Mm-hmm.
and yet
Oh, yeah.
we never got it in the UK.
Yeah, that's a shame. It's a great show, man.
Yeah, we had to either find somebody who had like tapes of it, you know what I mean, or
When the internet came.
So,
yeah,
Brian,
you would have
yes.
to download it.
3 feet high and rising, yes. And then the Tribe Called Quest is Midnight Marauders.
Mm.
It's not really. It's just red and black, but that's what I was seeing in my head.
Respect that.
Boom.
These are the colors you see in the background of every title card of every like 80s or early 90s comedy sitcom,
Mm.
like Martin or something like that, or the
Oh yeah,
DL
totally,
Hughes
totally,
show.
totally Martin.
Yeah,
For sure.
definitely
Oh, yeah.
Martin.
Oh yeah.
Living single.
What's the one with what was her name? Oh, Brandy.
Brandy, yeah. No, it was called Moesha.
There it is. Yeah, you knew. We have Moesha.
Sure.
That one.
Moesha.
Mhm.
Yeah, John Lynn, another one of another creative piece, and I know this is one of your earlier works. So,
Yeah.
well done as always. And then of course, as Justin here, what up, Justin? Says, make sure you guys like the stream. Make sure you hit that bell. Make sure you're notified whenever we go live. You know what I mean? And then Ricardo says this almost looks like it was.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah,
that.
I can see that. Yeah.
Definitely.
And I know John Lynn was kind of, I think she was thinking about maybe trying to test that out. So,
Oh, the Hydro did? It totally, yeah. Get some nail polish, man. That shit's fun.
yeah.
John, this will look awesome if you put it in a resin pour, like it was coming out of water. I think it.
Well, it is an aquatic suit.
Yeah, that would look dope.
I'm a sucker for the Xeon aquatic suits.
Straight up.
What are the Earth Federation aquatic suits?
They suck.
Yeah,
You mean a gym with fins?
You mean this guy?
yeah, with trash bags on it.
A Gundam that's
Oh,
got
that's
a
right.
snorkel?
What is it? The Nemo? What is that? No.
This is just the gun diver, maybe? I don't know.
In Thunderbolt, they had the aquatic suits.
Yeah.
It was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
but they were just gyms.
They were
with
just GMs.
fins.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
just GMs. They're just
gyms
going
with trash
water.
bags.
Mhm. Put
And
a trash bag on his
the
side.
Atlas.
I mean, they're cool. Yeah, the fuck
Atlas
the Atlas.
Whoa.
Atlas was cool until it got its shit pushed.
That's true.
I wish the Atlas was somewhat better looking. Like I wish it was better.
I'd like
It
to
could have been a
wonder-
lot of things. Like there are parts of it that are nice, but why are we debating this?
Because it's a good topic to talk about.
No,
It's
it's fine.
beautiful.
It's fine.
And I know
But yeah.
you don't like the pilot, so
I just think Xenon just
Yeah.
had us. They're just like, we're gonna attack from the water because we like that.
It is something that the Fetties weren't doing.
No, they're just standing on the side of the water, going,
You know?
yeah.
Shoot into the water. Meanwhile,
I'll put a base
Thunderbolt
right at the
popped off.
edge of the water, but nothing inside of the water.
nothing.
Thunderbolt popped off with the Versace garbage bag water GMs.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Oh, they
Very
got
nice.
ball joints. They can survive in the water.
Can't get water in that. Like, what the fuck? So, like, yeah. Why does Thunderbolt? Why is an asteroid gonna? I mean, little space debris gonna get in that joint? I mean, some
I would've used it in
space dirt. I mean,
space.
come on,
Definitely water.
just lube that shit up.
All right, so let's go ahead and go back to our. Okay, so I
Yeah.
want to say we're going to go back to the critiquing of it, but this is a little different. So I'm gonna put the banner up, and then I'm going to explain because I think this was a very specific request that this person wanted. So this one is by
This is Lioness. Lioness.
Shawarmageddon, or aka ArmageddonSkunk, or ShawarmageddonSkunk. And his build / background is the HGCE Perfect Strike, and he says the project I've been working on for the last couple of months. I don't think it needs any further explanation. Those high quality shots speak for themselves. Gonna win GVWC with this one. KK, love you, bye. So Linus over here did wanted us to very specifically roast this kit. He didn't want any constructive criticism. You guys are about to see what this thing looks like, and you'll see why. Okay, so
Not my fault.
yeah, this is so. If I'm hoping like first time viewers are looking at this, going, "Oh yeah, these guys sound great," and then all of a sudden they go to this build and it's like, maybe I shouldn't submit. Please,
If you
please
showed
submit.
it first, then everything
Yes,
behind it would have looked like gold.
All right, here we go. the perfect strike. Who
Boom.
wants to start us off?
Mm.
I wish I could see it.
Yeah. I'm like,
I wish I didn't.
I wish I could see something here.
If I think he dropped it, I'm not sure.
What,
This
his camera? Because the white balance
Yeah,
is turned
what-
up to
this
infinity
thing
and beyond.
Fell from a high level into a poodoo bag. 10 poodoos out of 6.
And the
What the
back-
fuck is going on here?
yeah, it's way too.
I think he was using like
water.
toothpaste, and he got it on the kit. Maybe, I don't know. Is that
No.
crest? It might
No.
be crest.
Crust would give it texture.
Truth.
Listen, Linus, I know you're German, man. All right, at least spring for more expensive toothpaste next time, all right? Jesus.
Yeah,
He's
is that
spin on it.
is that just like a green paint marker? I think it
I
might
love
be.
the exposed pegs on the back. That was awesome.
Yes, those are choice.
Good pegs.
Panel
Solid pegs
galore.
back there.
It's just
Super,
chef's
super,
kiss,
super
man.
quality.
Chef's
Yeah.
kiss.
Mint. I love the mint.
No,
The
tripping.
mint
This is
paint
our
marker is great.
abstract art.
The safety nubs, love it. That seam line, love it.
Love it.
Love it.
Hot dogging that, dude.
Oh yeah, look at that right there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little bit of weathering.
Top that blemish.
A little
It's like a wart.
subtle
You
weathering.
just try to put makeup over.
It's the opposite of a bullet hole.
Something's trying to get out.
It's a potential exit wound.
It's like Doomsday
I love
from the
the
Superman side comic.
I love the extra plastic dust underneath the paint. That gives it a little bit of texture. You know what I mean?
That's the texture I'm talking about.
Well, what's funny is I knew that like we were going to roast Linus. So then I'm looking through the submissions on the Google Forms, and I find whatever build he had submitted earlier in the seasons, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. What is he talking about? Then I find this turn, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't even take any notes at all. I'm like, what the fuck do we do?
Linus, the first thing I'm gonna need you to do is to go to like a I don't remember the toy stores in Germany, but maybe go to like a supermarket, buy yourself a coloring book, and then make sure you start painting inside the lines. And then you won't get like this.
Before you get there,
you could have used the stickers on this. It will look great.
go to the pharmaceutical section go to the pharmacy, or go to by the desk. They usually have a tier with glasses on it to help magnify.
Yeah.
So that you can like reading glasses and stuff, so that you can see, because you must be blind as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
He's got scurvy.
He's got scurvy.
Yo,
I got it. Maybe
the line.
He was using like some sort of like remote device where he's using like chopsticks to hold his paintbrushes.
Maybe he painted this with his feet, guys. Maybe this is amazing.
He built it with
true.
the drone.
It could be a foot build. I've heard of that.
We should all do that.
Yo, the fuck is it? I thought this was hollow for his.
What is that?
No, it's black
I don't
paint.
know, man.
But what?
I don't know, man.
What part is that? The joint, or is that just like a chunk?
That's a joint. That's the.
Okay. I see it now. I couldn't tell where the white plastic and the backdrop ended or began.
Of course, yeah, because it's so horrifically blown out.
I plugged the main.
That's a seam line and a nub.
Wait,
I don't think
how is that a thing? Seam line and a nub.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this pose.
Beautiful.
This pose screams power.
Missing the plate on the top of the hand there, is that not?
Let's do a quick Arthur meme thing, guy. There you go. Clenching the fist. There's no back though.
I give him credit though.
Maybe
he did all this in a half an hour. Like,
he's missing a
Sean Wiles.
I think you spent 27 minutes way over what you should have done.
He snapped it and painted it in a half an hour. That's
Wow.
not bad.
Did he?
That's not bad at all.
That's pretty impressive, to be
Right?
honest.
It's impressive as hell.
Wow. Wow.
What is on that blue pauldron? What the hell is that?
It's supposed to be a white pauldron. Oh no, it's supposed to be blue. But
Is
it's not
that a
white.
nub?
It
Is that a
comes
nub
white.
out on the very end there? What is that? What's
it's
going
like
on
it's
there?
definitely a chunk either missing or there.
I think it's there. It looks like it was twisted off.
It's like the Loch Ness Monster. There it is. Enhance.
Yeah, that was twisted off.
Yeah. Yep.
Twisted off the runner.
Scuffle comment is good.
Yeah.
Good weak soak. And then run it through one of those aquarium scoops.
I really like the what you did to the eyes.
Yeah.
You saved us the hassle of talking about it because they're not
It's
there.
what they say. It's what they say. They say that all of the real spirit and emotion is held in the eyes.
Miko Plaza is asking, so this is for clean versus weathered, right?
It was
Clean build? Yeah, it's a clean build. I mean, I don't see any weathering, do you?
Kyle, what up, Kyle? What the? Weren't you any
Kyle. Oh, Kyle had a full day. Full day.
Oh, full day.
The color choices here. Really?
Yeah, they were chosen.
Yeah.
And then
choices were made.
Mm-hmm.
I don't stand behind them, but they were choices.
You kind of, let's say, just got hit by a Counter-Strike flashbang. It couldn't have been. It doesn't have eyes.
You can't see shit when you don't have eyes.
I don't know.
Why,
For some
man?
reason, my ears are ringing though. When I look at this,
Bro, was this a commission? Schwarmageddon?
Oh God.
I think
I hope
he
it's
commissioned,
commissioned.
he commissioned himself. He's like,
Anyone that got paid for this, that's a crime.
let's give him something to talk about.
Tell you that pose oozes dominance.
Oh,
Oozes. That shit is top tier.
something's
That's
oozing.
Kodokan shit. It's fucking big.
Oh,
Oh, God. Yeah, so if you guys don't follow him, it's not actually at ArmageddonSkunk. Follow this man for builds not like this one.
Not at all.
ArmageddonSkunk.
no, Lioness is awesome.
Linus is a very talented builder. Definitely a cool dude.
Mhm.
I
Super
speak
cool.
to him every now and then. He's and then John Lynn says, "Can I get the LSDs to forget?" It's not John Lynn. You just.
That's not how that works. I want you to
No,
take
yeah,
LSD and look at this.
You'll
Yes.
remember it
Yeah, forever.
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 It will be
That's a
burned
soundbite.
onto your soul,
God,
for good or bad.
it will be there.
It's in your blood now. It's
Just like
going
that
through your
song
bloodstream.
by Sarah McLachlan. I will remember you, and you will remember this.
But yes, thank you, Linus. I know.
Hell yeah!
I'm
Thank
not-
you, Lanus.
I'm not 100% sure what your goal was.
Hey, we talked about it.
He wanted us to poke fun at it. He made a bunch of like really obvious mistakes, and he wanted us to have fun with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, right on.
Then Scuffle says the joke's on us. This is how he pre-battle damages his kids.
You,
Have I seen? I don't think we've seen like a weathered build from Linus yet, have we?
I don't think so.
That was the first one.
Was it? No, it's clean.
No, that was definitely weathered, man. You saw the gun?
Not true. All right. I get it. Six poodoos out of 10.
Yeah, no, 10 out of 6 voodoos.
10 out of 6 poodoos. Thank you.
Huh?
All right, so
That was absolutely true.
10 out of 6 poodoos. That's a good score.
Yeah.
in terms of poodoos, that's
In
above
terms of
average.
voodoo,
That's when all the poodoos coming out of the container
oh,
Man. All at once?
all at once.
Do you get the freeze dried ones? Or do you... Sorry.
right. Let's see. Ricardo says, Pabs keeps saying the kit was clean, but I feel dirty after seeing it.
Me too.
So,
yeah, I want to wash
Ricardo,
my
that's,
eyeballs as well.
Same.
Ricardo, that's exactly how you should feel after looking at every single clean build. You're like, oh, I feel so dirty. That's,
I wish my pen
Wow.
lines were that clean.
Wow. That is...
All right, let's go ahead and let's go on to our next critique. Right, so let's go. Let's see. Wait. Am I looking at the right thing? Damn it!
I don't know what you're looking at.
No,
We can't see.
I know.
Yeah, no more roast.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So we're going back to the serious stuff now. Paul, let's just one more. Guy Diego says, "Well, I just fell into a pit of despair about my builds.
I give up, dude. I quit. Yo, he can take my spot on this show. Linus, if you're watching, I'll swap with you.
Why do you
Okay,
need to
so-
swap? Why do you need to swap? Just add them to the mix.
Nah,
Yeah,
I can't. I quit. I'm done.
You quit?
I'm building shit no more. I'm throwing all this shit out.
Shit. All right.
Okay. So next critique is by this gentleman right here at TK_Gunpla. And his real name is TK. Wait. Nope, he didn't. No, he didn't write his real name. It's, TK Gunpla. And he said his build name / background is, my intention was to build a Gundam like a GM, a full weaponry GM, yet slim in shape and highly maneuverable. In order to give him a slim look, I extended his waist, heightened his heels, remodeled his head, built a custom connector for his rifle on his back, and added some open hatch gimmicks. For the color scheme, I have used different tints of blue. I believe a lighter color scheme suits the intention I have for this build. Not aggressive and bulky, yet a killing weaponry. Let's see, and then I'll show off the kit real quick, and then I'll go into more detail about what he wanted us to focus on.
Oh.
Wait.
I didn't get that. I didn't get that memo.
I think I may have just accidentally closed it.
It's deleted.
I did accidentally close it. All right. There it is. And then in terms of what he wants us to focus on, he says the base kit is a P Bandai RGM 96XS, just a Shazar type, and an old Side 7 resin kit.
Oh,
I have added many custom details like the things mentioned above, plus panel lines for color separation and metal parts. Could you give me some feedbacks on the added details and the use of colors? Thank you very much.
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I wanted to know what base kits he used on this for sure. So
this is the MG Shazar, right? The MG Justice Shazar? Because this is way too detailed to be anything. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, no. Well, is the Shazar type just a cannon?
The cannons on its back, I think, are the same. If I'm not mistaken.
Dynamic couple.
Later.
I got no idea. Yeah, later.
I have one in the backlog, so I haven't built. I should.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is a master grade. Just
Yeah,
I think it's a just a can. I mean, I don't know what the.
I think the visor's different. If
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
I
It doesn't come
think
with
he
the
did some
shield.
custom work there.
The forearm on the right hand. Oh, I guess it would be the left hand. Yeah, the left hand of the model. It looks different from a regular Jesta. I don't know how the cannon is though.
well, he did also say there's an he used an old resin kit as well from Side 6,
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The added details are really, really nice. Some spots feel like too much to look at once.
Yeah.
It is
No, I mean,
yeah.
it's great. This is a great kit. I like this kit a lot.
Yeah.
But looking at it like you are right there, it looks great on the detail wise. It looks very highly detailed. It looks good. Paint looks fine, but when you start zooming in, it's a bit messy.
Even pulled back, it's a little bit one note. The blues are a little too much the same.
Yeah. Some breaking up of the color blocking would have looked really nice.
Yeah.
The masking, the masking was not done as well as it could have been in a lot of spots. Canon, especially. The little details, there's a lot of the paint overlapping. I'm sure that was hand painted. I'm getting like a lot of the little tiny details, the green and the red blips kind of things. If you look in close to them, they go over the edge. Canon especially, there's some just that they go past the point of where that color would be on the square bits, where the gray, you can see right. If you go up a little bit, bam, where the white panel meets the gray cylindrical, where that red is, yeah, you see how the white comes.
Yeah.
Just a little more careful on the masking. But
so
my
my biggest takeaway from this build is surface prep. Like surface prep is especially
key
on a resin kit as old as a Side 6 resin kit. It's very, very important. It's kind of looking at this thing and knowing what this thing looks like. I had a Side 6 Jesta for a short amount of time, but stuff like this uneven surface right here, the fact that you have very jagged areas underneath right there. What was it? And I mean, even on the cannon itself, this might not be the best photo for this. Let's see if I can find.
So the waist extension, is it like I'd like to just see how much was actually added. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Since I don't know, but it looks good. I like the proportions are good.
Some of your scribe lines,
yeah. Oh yeah,
could have been cleaned out a bit more.
Yeah, deepening panel lines is also very important, just because they always expect that those panel lines are shallower than they should be, and make just even going through them, like just a couple of passes per each part would be very beneficial, especially at the end when it's time to wash those lines.
Right there on that left arm, like you skipped out and didn't fill it.
Yeah.
On the other side.
On the left or the actual left. Yeah. You can find. There's a better picture of it. I know exactly what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, it's just little things like that take away from something that's
some of the decals are a bit silly as well, too.
And I know you didn't mention whether this was a clean build or not, but you know, like when you're at the very last stages of finishing this off, you know, just remember, you know, just to look through all the pieces and
clean up panel line.
Oh yeah, Okay. Let me mark that one off my list. Yeah. Lop of panel line fluid right there. I would really have liked to seen the cannon attached to the back. So like when you see the back, you see the mounting mechanism, however he's added or whatever. You can see the peg, but you don't see it actually mounted.
From the back.
So I would like to see that.
On the front.
You see, yeah, you can see, which is, you know, it just looks like a peg now, but we wouldn't see, you know, we would do. I'd like to see it with the cannon on.
Yeah, we would have liked to have seen the function of it, right?
Yeah,
that would have made sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just weird. Like my biggest takeaway is just surface prep, man. I mean, you know, this kind of surface, obviously you're going to get some silvering, just used to it not being a nice flat image or a nice flat surface. You know, this area as well. I mean, some of these ones you were able to get away with, but you're still getting a little bit of lifting here and there. You know, if you just take the time and just sand that surface nice and clean, and
it'll be worth it.
Yeah, it'll be absolutely worth it.
You see, it's totally worth it. It's all about prep.
There's more color separation on the back of the kit than there is on the front.
Yeah, that's
with
true.
With different tones of blue, I would have liked to see more of that blue on the front.
My question: are the metal parts painted?
They don't look like they are.
That's just a pet peeve of mine. I just
right.
But people like that metal look, you know, so
silvering here and there.
Oh yeah, a lot of the decals are still, but you know, who knows where they could be old decals. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of them aren't too. You know, they're not silvering as bad, but there is definitely some lifting.
Placement's really nice.
Placement's real good.
Yeah.
Base is nice too.
Yeah, the acrylic.
I do like the scope on the visor, but like if you look in at that red, like some of the dotting and the camera lenses are just not clean.
It's not full.
It's the paint. It's the paint. You know, just the paint work. The panels don't go to where the line is, or it goes past the line.
Yeah, I think
I like it. My first thing is I love it. This is a good. I like.
Yeah, it's a good build. Overall, it's a great build. Just little things that you can catch and it'll throw it over the top.
I think that I don't think the blues are as complimentary as they could have been.
I'm telling you, if it was the same, like if it is on the back, it would have added a lot more to it.
Yeah, so for the back, I think he had it kind of flipped, right? Where the lighter shade of blue was used more primarily on the backpack than the darker blue was, and that works just because the darker blue is a good contrast in small parts, but most of the body is that dark blue, and it's not as complementary, I don't think. And then the red, while it is a good contrasting kind of detail color, it is a little too stock of a contrast.
Clashes,
it clashes a little bit.
In orange,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm just saying, in orange, the red would have looked, if it was switched to orange, it would have looked really nice.
Even any I mean the orange would work, like even if you had a little bit more of this green, because you have it up top, you have some of it I think some not at the bottom. Okay, I mean like some of this, more of this green in some spots would have helped you keep a flow more. But I mean I at first glance I really do like this kit. Like I like what you've done to it. I like the modifications. The metal parts I think work very well where they are placed. And other than that, man, I mean I think you did a pretty excellent job.
Yeah, I feel like the gold in the joints feel a little bit out of place.
It's because it's not anything else, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's on the elbows, but not on the knees. It's
really prominent. Like
So someone brought up in the comments that the Shazar is a big backpack booster, and they're not really seeing many elements. What I'm seeing from the Jar when I Google it is the
visor.
The visor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really fucking nice, though.
Yeah. I think, and I mean, the fact that you're presenting it the way you're presenting it too, I think is great. Your photography is pretty cool. Good exposure. You're showing off what you want to show off on the kit very well. Maybe have it a little more closer to, you have your subject a little closer, just so that you're not having so much dead space. Or if you want to crop it so that we're looking more at the kit itself and not just your background. That would be, I think, more beneficial. And then I know this right now it's using that peg. We would have loved to have seen it.
Yeah, I just want to see it. Yeah, I want to see it all
like
together
the
on the
assault
back.
rifle. He went hard on the assault rifle. Looks nice.
It looks good. Yeah.
Oh. There you go. Yeah, that is nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Couple of tones, got some accents.
He's got at least, I think he has 4 tones of gray.
Yeah.
He's got white.
And
He's
all
got
the
yellow.
accents. Yeah.
He's got silver. Got.
Mix it up.
Is this the only place he used this orange?
Oh, you could have used that on all the.
It's in the ankle.
Or just more.
It
Yeah.
might be the same. It might even just be the same red that's just washed out from the light, hitting at the angle.
That's a very different.
Yeah, that's right. Different.
Well, yeah, because the one's in shadow on the side leg,
Mm-hmm.
No, that's a metallic. He put it in the.
It's on the other gun, though, isn't it?
I don't know.
It's on the big Mammy Jammy gun. Up there at the barrel. Yeah.
Well, no, this yellow, yeah, that's there. But I'm talking about like this specific orange.
Yeah,
pale orange.
I think it's like the same red or orange or whatever it is on the same one that's right there.
It's the same on the. It's just on the gun though, and maybe on the little his little V-fin crotch.
What? That is totally different.
Yeah.
Are we looking at the same thing?
Yeah.
This is not the same.
Yeah, no, that's totally different.
Oh no, you're right. That is very.
That's not as. Yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah,
I was like, are you?
That's almost.
Yo, am I crazy?
Hey, I'm not looking at it on
No, you're crazy,
my brother.
But that's not.
But yeah, I mean,
The screen I'm looking at is
the
about
only
as big as my phone. So-
Yeah.
oh, I got you. Yeah. Okay. But yeah. Otherwise, excellent build, man. I mean,
Definitely not.
Look at this show right here. Dang.
Yeah.
Walking towards you, that's menacing.
Yep,
Yeah.
menacing. Yeah, so I was just gonna say that.
Absolutely menacing. Look at that.
A lot of detail, a lot of time went into
Tons
this.
of detail. It looks good.
Just those little.
It's the
things,
little
man.
shit, and that's it's like you add more detail. I see more detail. I'm going in, and then I see all the little bitty bits.
Just spend a little bit more time. I know everybody's more excited about getting into the paint, man, but just.
But surface prep too, and on the I think I don't know if you've added a lot of those little tiny, little half barrel, those little rivety kind of details. But the way the paint is, it could have been because the surface wasn't as clean as it could have been.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just make sure that those surfaces are nice and even, man, nice and clean. And I guarantee you won't have the same problems that you had here as you would for your next build if you just take the time to do that. And I forgot, like the last thing I did note is some of the metal parts. While the placement is great, very good. It's the way they're placed is kind of strange. Like in this image specifically, like this is like very far out. Right? I feel like.
Yeah, a lot of the ones on the chest are the little. They seem like they're the ones that are kind of on the
protruding.
The midsection, more like towards the abs. Yeah, they're just protruding.
Protruding a little too much. Yeah. It's just a little strange. Like it's just in maybe push them in a little bit more, But yeah,
but maybe that's what he wanted them to protrude. I don't know.
That could be a choice. Yeah, I'm not saying that's that's neither near or there. I think that's more of a maybe a personal taste for me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, excellent build, man. Again, TK_Gunpla. Is this the same dude that's currently working on a UJL Lantern?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it is.
Maybe. Pull up his Instagram.
Yeah, at TK Gumpla.
He's working. It's a XS, I think.
Is it?
Oh no, it's one of the Hazelfleas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hazel Play 2 Raw.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, let's go ahead and switch over to our next. Is it our next? Yeah, our next feature. And this one is by, where is he? This gentleman right here.
Morgor.
At Morgar 1001, a name not unfamiliar to anybody who's watched this show before.
Mhm.
And if I can find his, I really need to put like numbers on these fucking things so I know.
Yeah, just one. That's what I actually did in my file. I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feature
I
1,
have
2,
to
3.
I have to go through so many. Like, you know, this is like number 17 of no. But let's see if I can find it real quick. And his build. Oh, here we go. I got it.
Yeah, this is. I only have one critical build folder because this is the only time I know.
I have so many.
This is
I
your
don't know.
first time you've been on.
First,
That's the way
yes.
to do that.
All right, so
Unless you don't want to come on again, in which case, hey.
Hey,
all
I
right,
will.
so the build.
If I'm invited, I will always show up to the party. I don't know how long I'll stay, but I will make an appearance.
I'm here.
Yeah, guy.
All right, see you later.
All right, so
Got it,
the
Peps?
build name / background is this is my messer for the Plamo Labs cleanup group cleanup this messer group build. Submitted as a feature because I could critique this thing for days. Tried a lot of new stuff with this. Got much more comfortable with scribing on this build. I also modded a on Rees
Ooh.
backpack to give him larger thrusters. An on Rees. I don't know on AUN and then Rise RIZE.
Oh, you speaking French now?
Maybe.
Backpack to give him larger thrusters and cut his gun in
Would that
half
be-
to add a longer barrel from a tertium arms kit. Tertium? Maybe. Decided to do a play off the name Messer, German for knife, and replace the spikes on his shoulders with blades made out of plot plate or styrene. Also tried doing some color separations by painting different shades of primer. Paints used all were Gaia, Blood Red, Nazca, Frost Matte Black, German Gray, Starbright Silver, Blade Silver, Gunmetal, and details were hand brushed with Tamiya Copper and Dark Iron. So let's go ahead and share this build.
I like the whip picks a lot for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do we critique feature builds? I don't. What do we do on feature builds?
We don't critique feature builds.
Yeah,
I want
we talk about what we
critique.
like.
I want you to
There you go.
critique
So-
my feature build shit.
So Henri's is a build diver's suit.
Okay.
Oh.
Make it full screen, Peps.
I'm about to.
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I really like this messer, man. Like you
Yeah.
went hard. I do enjoy how hard you went on it. It gives me ideas for mine.
Oh, it's that backpack, right?
Yeah,
I thought you-
it's the rise, right?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I knew about the Anima Rise, but I didn't know about the whatever it was.
It comes with it, yeah.
It
Or you
doesn't.
can buy
It doesn't come
separately.
with it. Yeah.
Oh, so you do
it's
buy it separately? Oh, okay.
Mhm.
You know the modifications for the shoulder spikes are dope.
I love all
I like
the
them a
scribe
lot.
details he added to this thing.
Yeah.
Scribe is good, man. Yeah. Good
Solid.
scribe.
Yeah.
Nice and clean.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to mess her really bad after being on your show.
It's a really dope little dude. You can get through it in a couple of hours, and then the modding. It's really.
You don't tell me how long it takes. Might take me 3 days.
Don't
True.
dictate my build.
True.
Shit.
Get on now, me.
Hey, Brandon James says, hello, y'all.
What
New
up?
to the Gumpla community on my 5th build as I type this. Glad I found this channel. Hey, thank you, Brandon.
Hey.
Much
Right on.
appreciated.
Yeah, man.
I do like the pauldron. You can tell definitely on the pauldron, the two-tone, like, because it's got like that finny bit that points at the bottom.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then Miguel says, on future builds, you either call them a fail or say nothing.
Can I say something? There are a couple things I'd like to say.
We only switch it over to a critique if the person is watching and he gives us the thumbs up. And like,
hey, I totally get that. But I mean,
the two-tone colors work well with the mesh.
No, I like the two-tone a lot. And it's a super easy way if you guys, you're priming, if you got, add some black to your primer and you just use the same base coat. Oh, hey man, it's super small. It's really glaring to me right now is the face tubing. Tubing on the face has a crazy mold line on it.
Yeah.
Boom.
One thing I noticed was the scribes on the front skirt.
I noticed that as well.
Yeah. Some skipping here and there, a little junk in there.
Yeah, a little junk in that trunk, but hey.
They're solid though.
No. And the hand painting could be cleaned up a bit.
Yeah.
But especially like if you top coated this in gloss, like on that gun, you top coated that in gloss with the lacquer gloss and you painted that with enamel. If you just took a Q-tip back over top, man, it would have been it's about a little cleanup, but
it's a real fun build though. It makes you want to look at it, like just as you were saying. Like,
I always want to build this kit really bad now.
I really like the white parts that you did put underneath the red on the chest.
It's like ribs almost. I like it.
Dude. Really, really nice.
I like that chest a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm looking for a mesa later on.
Do it, man. It's worth it. It's a cheap kit too.
Don't tell me
it's a high grade thing, though, right?
I'm sorry.
He's telling everyone to don't tell me.
Go get it.
It's a high grade thing, though, right?
Yeah, it's a high grade.
I'm friggin'.
But
it's a big
high grade.
Oh, it's a big one. Oh, it's that salmon colored one, right?
Yeah.
Salmon.
All right.
Parts of it, and then like the darker brown.
It's like
I thought this was I've been thinking this when I first saw this. It was what's the one from the the other big HD, but it's more Gundam-y looking. It's got the one thing that's broken off kind of.
Yeah,
the big Mamma Jammy.
Chunky boy, yeah.
It gets fuck. What is it? It's in the
narrative movie.
Yes, it's in the narrative. Yes, it's the one that
it's the big chunky.
That messed up awesome DJ just fucks it up. I could be wrong though.
It's the chunky one. I forgot the name of it though.
The chunky one.
Boy. Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of like this one better. I like the
like they're the same size.
They seem like the same kind of frame-ish.
Shut up, Kyle. I'll find one.
Look, find one in stock, fellas. Well, fuck you, Kyle.
All right.
But yeah, gorgeous kit. If we are critiquing, the thing that kind of throws me off just a little bit is the finish.
Yeah,
the finish is kind of odd to me, just because it's got this speckled thing all over the place. I'm not sure if that's a choice or if that's by accident or.
What top coat did you use? What like matte coat? Martyr.
Yo, damn it! Stop it, Drew. All right, I'll find one. I'll find you.
By accident. Hey, it's all good.
And then one more thing, and because I don't want to go into it too much. You are missing there's a decal here, but not a decal here. I don't know if that's a choice too or not, just because see the asymmetry.
I see it now.
Yeah,
I didn't even see that.
One final thing, Margar. Just one final thing. You got a little bit of overspray, right there, right here. You just kind of
I see it.
Keep a watch out for that.
But shit,
the decal fell off.
A 2000 grit, a little bit of love right there would have knocked that right off.
Yeah. And so he did have it on there, and then it just flew off. And so you used a rattle can. It's a very strange.
Probably a dirty tip. We have all had that problem.
Yeah. Oh, and he said that was hand painted. Oh, okay.
Oh shit!
So not even an overspray. It's a little bit of pooling then on the edge.
Oh
yeah. I thought it was hand
Yeah, even though if you have a little 2000 or higher sandpaper, just lightly hit that. Wouldn't even see it.
Yeah, but I do really like the colors that you put on
No,
this
the colors
board.
are great.
Yeah,
I really like the
modifications.
leg. Like the legs are like reversed of the chet. I like there's more gray on the bottom of the kit than
Then there
the
was
top.
up top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
I really like the mods you added to this thing. This looks menacing as hell.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I like
And then
the scythe pauldron's
and then
pretty tight.
the
Yeah.
backpack. The backpack goes really well with this thing too. Like this massive.
Do we have a picture of it with the backpack finished?
I wish.
I don't think we do.
got-
I can't see it straight on. I don't have a picture of it.
These are you got this, I guess. But
No, but Margar, I want a better picture, man.
no, this is it. This is as close as you guys will get to the back.
That's fine. I do like the rifle extension. This seems pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what so I'm guessing. So obviously, the first submission that we talked about today was just a stock gun, right? And then this is is this something different?
He said he cut it and lengthened it, but I don't know if it's the same gun or a different gun, or I have no idea.
Julio, do you know? Because I mean, you have this kit.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to look for that kit. I mean, Shane, we're talking about what?
this piece of shit. No, this gun right here, right?
Yeah.
Is this the one that comes with the mess, or
No,
is it?
I think that's a different gun altogether.
This is different. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's what I wanted to check
it's
because
got
I wanted to see if
it's
he
got the
modified it.
radome from the.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe that isn't. Maybe he
Access.
hasn't lengthened it because there is. It looks like there
Ah.
possibly is a seam down the middle, so maybe it was just a different gun.
Okay, and yeah, and he says the barrel is tertium arms, back half is massive. So so it is. The stock
Okay,
gun.
yeah, okay.
So this part's the stock gun, and the rest of this is the tertium arms. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, cool, man.
I dig it.
I love it. I love this. Like aesthetically, I think this is a cool gun.
Yeah,
Like I love
very
the.
much so.
I've always enjoyed like the ones where it has like the trigger cover, like something like this.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like almost like a fencing sword.
Yeah, yeah.
that's cool.
I
I
like
love
it.
it. Yeah, like aesthetically, man, this is very pleasing. Really
Very
cool.
much so.
Yeah.
I dig it.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys follow him, but please, if you can, follow at Margar_10011001. Let him know to next time finish the backpack, please. I like, like I really like the concept that you did here, and I would have loved to have seen this, like really fully integrated into your build. So yeah, give him a follow and give him some love. You. All right.
I will be.
Hell yes. All right. So that was a feature, but that was somehow that magically turned into critique.
Well, because I asked and he was here. That was cool that he was here.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to my critiques, sir.
Yes, man. It's always, and I mean, it's the same for everybody whoever submits for a critique. Huge thank you for those that are kind enough to let us talk about their builds.
Oh shit, Kyle. Oh fucking Kyle.
What did he say now?
Oh, nothing. He was like, "Good luck finding one," so I ordered one. Posted a picture of it in the.
I'll show you, Kyle.
All right, so
Okay.
let's go on to the next critique because we've got some good time.
Yeah.
All right,
How
so
long? What is it? Are we? Is there a time frame?
we try to keep it like around 2 hours. So
We try to.
We try our best.
Try.
And then Brandon James actually has a question. So I guess we can get into it. Do you guys have any tips in getting into custom builds using mixed kits? So kitbashing is his question, and we have two gentlemen here that are three gentlemen here that are excellent at it. So who wants to take a crack at this question real quick?
To start,
Boys.
Yeah, to start. How to start?
Go ahead, Shane. Start with Shane.
Well, I would go one of two routes. Are you looking like you have something in your mind's eye that you want to create? Then go from there. If you just want to create something from nothing and you've got a bunch of kits laying around, take all the parts, put them in a pile, and start making some shit.
Yeah, start to see what fits together. Actually, kind of.
You're not going to know unless you start get a bunch of blue tack and start putting stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
Start with a frame. I like to mess with proportion a lot, so I just will find a frame that fits whatever the thing I want to make, and then I will start from there. I like to work with MGs, so I'll have a frame and then I just put shit on it. See how it goes.
Say, to start, definitely get something within the same universe. Like, for instance,
sure.
get some IBO HG kits, which will be relatively cheap, and you can work on your design flow and what fits with what, in a robot, I would say, because it really is all subjective. Like, however you want your robot to look is how you're going to try to go about it. Definitely invest in some epoxy putty. It helps to get things together, get some crazy glue. Definitely invest in tools. Tools really, really help you get your mix together, because some parts are just going to, swap, and you're going to have to do some modifications. Learn how
you
to
need
get
a saw. You need a razor saw. Faux show.
Get some.
It's good to have a few. It's good to have.
All kinds of different. Yeah, you're going to be hacking and chopping. And it's good.
Yeah.
You need some tools for that, for sure.
There's a lot of people on YouTube who go about stuff like this, and they'll show you. Like, one guy who really got me into it is the Child of Doodoo, Mr. Tim Harkins.
His name is Child of Mecca, just making sure.
Child of Mecca. Yeah, he seeing him go hard made me want to go hard when I first got into this, and it helped a lot. He teaches a lot. If you can, you can watch us too. We do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe not Pabs.
I'm gonna stop right there because I have done some Kitbashing in the past. So just saying.
I've been known to do a thing or two at a time where we would talk a lot for like a long time. Okay. So the thing about adding and making your own stuff is that there aren't any really rules. As long as you don't have to, if you have to stick to a style, then that's your rule, but otherwise it's really just down to you starting to get familiar with the engineering within the models themselves and how to make that engineering work for you, and then how to and to work with it. Like if you're going to make something bigger or add a different part or change the way the arm is made or change the upper part of the arm versus just leaving the same lower arm, learning how to integrate those things together. And a lot of that is just trial and error and confidence and the ability to accept that it is not going to be right and you may have to fix it. Like, it's okay to mess up, and it's definitely better to fix it.
That might be the first, really, the best advice is to just don't care enough to get upset if it doesn't go the way you're thinking it's going to go, because it probably won't. So just try again. That's the thing. It's just creating, and it's the vision you have. If it doesn't fit, then don't be upset, because just throw all your preconceived notions out the window.
And I'll add to it to be in more specific terms. Like, don't be limited by kind of thinking of parts as specific parts, right? So because there's some people out there who look at legs and go, I can add these as legs, or there are people who look at this backpack and go, I can put this on another kit's back as another backpack. Like, don't be limited by what the part is more specifically for. Let it be anything it could be, like on the kit. If it follows along the lines of what you're visually trying to achieve. There are people out there who've used legs as backpacks, or people who have used whole torsos as backpacks. Like it could be whatever it is you need it to be.
You could also add all that stuff.
Oh yeah. That's that's really
the GBWC 2019 with legs as backpack shit.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Or heads, shit. What'd you use for that fucking mantis head?
That's the chest of one of the IBO kits.
The Marcosius.
Yeah, the Marcosius.
Yeah, and then he says, awesome, that's a good way to look at it, because I'm looking at some of my old bridges and getting so many. Is it? Yeah. exactly, Brandon. So,
Mhm.
whatever sparks your creativity, do it. Don't be afraid to do it. At the end of the day, a lot of these kits that you buy and you build, um, it's not going to be the one of one. It's one of millions or one of thousands of
Millions.
tickets. Yeah, and you'll never. I don't unless it's a very extremely rare kit. You're never going to have the ability to get it again if you have to. Um, don't be afraid to just
Mhm.
jump in and try to do things and see what you come up with. There was a young guy that submitted to the build in season one. I think his name was Pencily Stick, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Something
pencil
like that.
stick.
And
Yep, I remember.
he was doing a whole bunch of kit bashing, and it was his first time, and he was just trying different things, and the execution, obviously it wasn't quite of a high degree, but you can kind of see what he was trying to do, and it was actually quite eye opening to a lot of people, like, oh yeah, I didn't think about doing something like this, and why don't I try something like that. It Yeah, just I think, so, just if you have that mindset, it'll be really helpful, to kind of move on towards that kind of kit bashing and customizing. So definitely, if you want to take a look at that, go through season one. It's all in like the VOD on this channel. So yeah,
Like, yeah,
Good question.
that's some of the
yeah,
most fun I
excellent.
have making. Is just
Bashing.
getting a bunch of shit together and see what comes out, man.
Yeah, this says let's submit my first weathered build. Love some feedback to help me get ideas. There you go, man.
Yes.
And you have a bunch of really great builders here. Like Brian and Julio are great weathered builders, and we're about to see if this guy up here is a good clean builder too.
Nope.
Voodoo!
Straight
But yeah,
poopy.
so
I
these
tried
guys
my
are
best, damn it.
Straight
definitely
poopy.
have
Like
great
you, man.
eyes, and pretty much all the time, anytime. And I will say this now: anytime I have a guest on the show, whether it's Shane or Tex or Bill or any of those guys, those are guys I absolutely respect as builders, and I see their builds, and they're beautiful and they're great, and I always I want them on the show to have their input and their say on these things that we show and talk about. So
Mm.
guarantee
Oh,
you'll get some
thanks.
good input. Yeah, man. All right. So, where were we? Oh, critique. Right.
Yeah, critique.
Yeah, critique. Okay. So,
We got
so
a
the next
critique.
critique, the next one is by this gentleman right here at Jack X
Bird,
Rushforth.
Rushforth,
Third.
Rushforth. You had
Ford.
it. I don't know.
Um,
I don't even
and
know.
his build slash background is first ever Gunpla build from the UK. I don't from in the UK. I don't know about that, man. I'm pretty sure Sean Wiles is a British builder, no? Kobayashi
Yeah.
Zaku? Yeah.
I think so.
So maybe
Yeah.
second.
And
Never had
Frozen
any.
Grizzly was on here too, right? He's out there too.
Oh, okay. So I don't think he's saying that it's a first
No,
ever
I think
Gunpla build on the
I think this
show.
might be his first building
Yeah, this is his first Gunpla
That's
build,
awesome.
period, from the
from
UK.
UK.
That
Yeah,
is awesome.
There you go. And
that's what I.
never had any experience in model building or painting, and attempted some weathering. Let's go ahead and show off his build right here.
For a first time, not horrible.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
And Kensley says, "Hi Shane." Uh,
I
and then he wants us to kind of focus on his weathering. So this is something I cannot talk too much about because I don't.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you guys are on the
Can
show.
you have eyes? You
yeah,
live in reality.
yeah.
Nothing in my eyes. Nothing is dirty. Everything is clean. All surfaces are wiped every day.
You live in
Sterilized.
Chicago. I call shenanigans.
So,
Yeah.
Clean.
There's some dirt over there.
Little.
A little bit.
So
this
this is his first build, like first Gunpla build.
That's what I took from his. I just took. There should have been a comma or something. That's what I took from that sentence, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. We've got stickers, so That's
Yeah, it's
something.
definitely stickers. The first thing I do want to say is, I think you did a really good job with in some areas of layered weathering, right?
Yeah,
Stuff like this kind of browning right here alongside
multiple
like
tones.
the stains
Mhm.
on the outside areas. I think it was a really good touch because you're kind of recognizing and featuring bits and pieces that would be weathered or would see this kind of staining in this if this suit were part of reality, I guess.
Yeah, that's where the wash is working for you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna guess that it's not painted, right? It's just
I,
weathered.
I don't think so.
yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think
because
that's
that's
right.
kind of what weathering products on just raw plastic looks like. Oh, you got some battle damage and some stuff there. I mean, obviously the stickers hurt because the stickers always have a hard edge.
Yeah, and they
There are
catch
some
Picks
things.
up
all
all
that
that
weathering.
stuff. Yeah, picks up
There
all
are
that
things you
weathering
can
too.
do to hide that a little bit. Like I've used gel medium in the past to kind of like smooth that out. And then if you add a top coat to everything, a matte top coat to everything before you start weathering,
Yeah,
um, you'll have a better adhesion with your pigments and your products, as well as you'll have a better result because the material will be all consistent, and you won't have to worry quite so much about weird the
So
weirdness.
this yellow right here is this part of like a is this a plastic separation then?
where we at?
On the
This
shoulder.
I've
yellow on the
never,
shoulder.
I've not built the Shin Matsunaga.
I believe that's just that's just a sticker, man.
It looks like it's
No,
plastic separation, right? Because
yeah,
when
it
you're
looks like
looking at
a,
it,
It
a
Oh,
does.
is
It
metal
it?
looks
part.
plastic separation. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
but did he do a
So is this
washing
the
machine?
revive? Is this the revive HG? Must be.
It looks
Looks like
like it.
I just never seen color separation like that on the HG.
Impressive.
But
Um, I also quite like the shapes that you've used here for your bullet holes.
Yeah,
It might be a little they're a little big. I kind of feel actually they're decent size, I think. But
Mhm.
yeah, really good like way of showing that there was impact and then destruction straightly afterwards.
mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's really nice.
I just,
Might be a little too deep.
I think you
That
could use more tones to really show off like that damage.
Yeah, like
yeah.
metal, like what are the other layers underneath it, possibly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, the equilateral triangle pattern of the shots is also a little bit off-putting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm. Totally.
it
Kind
could
of
be a
It
little
kind of
more.
would be
breaks
like
the
a line almost, like running like
yeah,
slow.
yeah, or even if it's a jagged line, because the
Yeah.
gun is recoiling.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I get where the builder was coming from, but it kind of breaks the scale a little bit.
My biggest critique would be that the joints are not very dirty, but the rest of the other parts are dirty.
yeah.
Um, those would be the most, like maybe not the most, but that's where a lot of shit would collect for sure.
Sure,
Yeah,
I see that.
yeah,
Yeah, that's. I
definitely.
mean, I try to like. I don't do a lot of weathering, but I go from a natural kind of approach. So like things that would naturally catch dirt and grime would be just more dirty. So like all the
The hoses.
well, like in the angles that would be whatever perpendicular to the ground are just gonna care. They're gonna hold more shit because the
Yeah,
shit isn't gonna run down. So
they're decent holes. They,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
holes are
definitely.
deep.
detailed.
Yeah.
I mean, look. So for a lot of people, they tend to either they drill the hole and then they use a soldering iron to kind of make the
Melt
scraping
it.
and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
a lot of people don't use like the knife to create very sharp kind of destructive cracks and stuff like that. At least from what I've observed and looked at. So these are I think excellent because
Yeah. I
you
mean,
just
it's
see
like
the impact.
if you look at like source material of a shell going through armor plate, it looks very much like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. This is really nice. Like props to you, man. Because I mean,
No,
you're right that
especially this
the
first time.
triangle pattern.
And props, I'm trying to use that decal on the shoulder pad, but not good.
Yeah,
But it's a sticker. I mean, like I don't even know why they would give you that sticker in the first place.
Because
HG.
Bandai are cheap. Yep, it's
Yeah.
HG.
I know, but like, it's just not good.
The edge highlighting, weathering that you put, you could use some tonal differences to show the wear that comes off of that paint on those sides.
What about it?
Like just the hard black edge lines, they could
You like
use
it?
some edging, like some
Some extra.
gray. Yeah,
Got
yeah.
And then
The underside of the arm shield, like the shield on the arm, is like really clean.
Yeah, it would be pretty dark.
Yeah,
Pretty collected with grunge.
Grimy.
So in regards to like pre-damage, my Zaku Angel of Death, I went crazy on because I wanted it to look like a really beat up and field repaired, like MS, complete with like scaled metal sheets that were folded and riveted on with like each individually set like that, like hundreds and hundreds of little rivets all over the whole thing with like dings and scratches and like places where like ammo had like eaten away and some part was blown up and all that shit. Like there's a lot of that you can tell and there's a lot that you can put into something, but it also can get lost too. So like I went ham and it looks really good, but if you're not looking at that in a coffee table where it's all zoomed in, like coffee table book 11 by 17 or whatever, like big ass pages with like the really high res, it gets lost. Even on like the model room floor, like at the show floor. Like, so yeah, it's like it's a slippery slope. You can go too far.
Is.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, there were definitely parts of this build I think look excellent, and definitely some things you should probably kind of definitely look at and perhaps see if you can improve. And also, I know they sell water slide decals for the Shin Matsunaga Revive. I'll definitely look at that because the stickers aren't doing you any favors.
No, stickers suck.
Get some aftermarket, bro. This is the world of model making. You buy a model and then you spend like at least the total cost of the model, if not more, in aftermarket.
You spend like twice as much as the model kit on parts to make that model kit look good.
Yeah, it's that way whether it's like an airplane or a tank or a Gundam or man.
All right, and then so if you guys don't, that's it. If you guys don't follow him at Jack X Rushforth, give him a look. See, I can't wait to see how you kind of level up after this build, man. If you have any more builds, for this being your first build, dude, excellent work. Definitely.
Hell yeah, keep it up. Can't wait to see the next one.
Yeah,
all right. Sure. So on to our very last feature / critique / special of the night. This time we're taking a look at Thedaftrobo.
What we got?
Mr. Shane Wong. And did you give me a description for this build? Just want to make sure. You did. Okay.
I did. It's just kind of short and sweet.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you the floor to kind of talk about and let's see where we can go. So let's go ahead and share his build. And did you give this a name?
It is the. Do I have it? It has the model. It has
it has a model name. Yeah, but does your build have a name? Is it a Thedaftrobo name?
Like a title.
Yeah.
The Hobby Hyzak? I don't know.
Sure. All right, let's do it.
Maybe. I don't know. Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys have all seen this many times. So. What'd you say?
You said you want to make it big. Full screen.
Make it big. Are you gonna read my little synopsis?
Yes, I can read it for you. So the build name / background is "Don't dream it, drive it." The war is over, and the private sector has gotten their hands on machines of destruction and are outfitting them for hobby use. Here is a deal being made between two gentlemen over a second-hand, souped-up mobile suit. The Hobby Hyzak, as seen in the movie Char's Counterattack.
There it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was project I worked on for a while.
Yeah.
I haven't
How
really
long
done
did
anything
you
this big since then.
How long did you work on this, Shane?
About a year and a half.
It's a decent chunk of change.
Yeah, it wasn't like, I'd work at a hobby pace, so because it's my hobby.
Yeah.
So I mean, I could have done it a lot faster, but so if you've ever anyone's seen the movie Sharks Counterattack, you will see this in there. I actually just had a Hyzok kit lying around, and I saw that anime, and I said, I bet I can make that. So I did.
Damn, dude.
I tried to keep it as close to anime as possible, anime direct, from screen. So all of my source material is actually screen grabs, or it appears a couple times in some MSV literature, but not very much is written about it. So basically a Hyzok that's just straight taken and then just been stripped down and souped up. So I did
So
a lot.
what was your biggest takeaway from this kit?
Well, I mean, I'm super happy with it how it came out. I worked a lot on it. My biggest takeaway, I mean, I'm a super perfectionist, so I had to rebuild a lot of these pieces multiple times to get them the way I wanted them. So I guess my takeaway from that is almost that I shouldn't be such a perfectionist, just because I do take a long time to complete shit. So like my friends were like, "You're never gonna finish that," and then when I did finish it, it was like almost out of spite. if that means anything, you know what I mean? So, yeah. But my initial idea for this was to have a whole like used MS car lot, and then have a few different suits. But I wanted to have the whole kind of, where would you buy a used mobile suit in the private sector?
Okay, I get it.
So
Okay.
that's kind of where this idea stemmed from. I kind of ran out of time to do a whole I was gonna have a whole like diorama with multiple. It was gonna be Honest Abe's used mobile suit lot. Like I wanted the ticker tape between all the lights and all that shit, but in the garage with the people working on it. But I wanted to go for like a used car, so like the frame is weathered in a sense, like it's super dry brush. It's made to look like old metal, but then the outside is super gloss. But I used most of these parts. The only thing that hasn't been modified are the feet. So the feet are from the original kit. The top half arms are from the 2.0 Zaku. And then the shoulder pads I made from a bunch of different parts, but their frame and their structure are from the 2.0 Goof.
God damn, dude. So yeah. I'm gonna give you a little bit of story time, real quick. I'm gonna put our faces back real quick. I'm gonna give you a quick story time. So, as for those that don't know, this won best in show at SCGMC 2019, right? When I saw this kit in person at SCGMC, I was blown away. This was a beautiful build, absolutely beautiful. And as well as you took photos of this, Shane, in person, like is totally different. The level of shine, the detail is beautiful, and your base was beautiful. It just stood out among all the others. So 7 a.m. Everybody was setting up and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And Shane and I were hanging out. We were talking while we were setting stuff up, and we were setting stuff up next to each other. And Shane was kind enough to give me some super glue because one of my pieces was falling off. Yeah, one of the little tiny packets of super glue. And I was like, "Oh, thanks, man, I appreciate it." And I started to fix up the bit that had broken, and he had set this up next to my build, the XU Amazing, and I looked at his build, and I looked at my build. I looked at his build again, and I looked at mine, and I go, "I need to move my kit."
Oh man, like that's like humbling
Awesome.
shit, Chris. That's awesome, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course, dude. Yeah, this thing stood out, and the moment they announced that you were best in show, I was like, that's well deserved. Like it was, like there were
I mean,
some
that's
massive.
see, I'm such a like I feel like I could have done better. Like you know what I
Of
mean? Like
course, everybody should feel that way.
like I feel they called my name and I said like I just like pulled a fast one on these guys. Like that's just how
No,
you know what I mean. That's just how I felt. You know, but I
I
don't
can.
win shit. I'm not like a win. I'm not like a winner. You know?
I'm
was just
not a
like,
winner, you know. But like I can attest to you that everybody that was there, that that was at SCGMC 2019. Two of them are here, me and Julio. We saw this build and we're like, dude, this, and there were some massive kits there. There were like,
Oh God!
Chief
Like
Skirmer.
I thought my shit was lost. I put it on there and I just like it's just lost in the clutter, man. Like
Yeah, it was like there was like Chief Skirmers. There was that massive base one that started to
oh
smoke
God,
halfway through
there
the
was
show.
so much shit going on. I mean,
Yeah, there was like
it's
big things, but for
especially
some
like the
reason,
Mach-A table with the one that had like the screens that
It
were
was
like
moving.
that didn't get best in show. Like
It was moving.
yeah, there was a moving
like,
Mach-A with a screen.
Ronan, what up, man?
he's just going
Z
with the shirt.
wearing
That's
a
better.
damn shirt, Z.
Yeah.
What up?
But like
It's
for
the same.
despite all that, despite the flash, man, like everybody saw the substance that you had brought with this kit, and it was definitely a well deserved best in show. Like it blew me away. Like like I said, I had to move the Xia somewhere. I had to move the Xia anyway
Did you move it?
because I did have to. So
Did you
so
move
I,
it?
initially I had to think about. I was thinking about moving it, and then somebody had told me, "Man, the Axia isn't UC." And I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
you know
that's
what?
right.
I have to
Yeah.
move it anyway." So I did have to move it anyway, but I was already thinking about it. I was like, "I'm not having it next to this fucking hindsight." No.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
yeah, this was a beautiful kit, and like I said, you did a really good job taking photos of it, but the photos don't do the thing justice because a lot of work was put into it.
I'm not
And-
a photographer. That's where I'm not. So, I could be better, but a lot of work, a lot of time, I mean, I lose a lot of metal parts. All the hosing's metal, the thrusters are metal, metal mesh in the leg thrusters.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the parts from the backpack are from the Thunderbolt Zaku backpack HG, and actually just made them. So this is like where kit bashing. To do this, I basically had the source material, and I just went through looking at kits, and I was just looking at kits and looking at kits. Like, what part of that kit can I take and build from? So I saw that backpack, and I just threw out there on Instagram and said, "Hey, does anyone have an extra HG Zaku Thunderbolt backpack laying around?" And my friend Jose was like, "I've got one. I got a big gun. I'm just going to use the gun." He sent it to me.
Yeah, right. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I was just looking at that. I have that too. I have to pack that.
So I was like, yeah. So he sent that to me. A lot of it was really fun. It was very stressful at times too, but I'm super happy with how it came out, man.
I remember when you first told me about this build at Anime NYC in 2018.
Yeah.
When you and me and Gio hung out for basically the whole day. Had a great time. Lots
Great
of laughs.
Oh yeah.
And you were still working on it at the time. It was still work in progress. You hadn't got the paint at all. And I was like, this is amazing.
My thought was it was like 3 or 4 months before Anime NYC 2018. And I was like, I have a few months, I can crank this out. And then I started working and I'm like, no fucking way. And I don't even know what I had done by the time I went to Anime NYC, but when I came back, I actually redid a lot of work because it was rushed to try to get it to something to present. And I kind of just started over again on a lot of stuff. But
yeah, you showed me some of the pauldron work you had done.
That's the backpack is just mostly scratch built, but yeah, you can see the Thunderbolt parts, and then that little green bit is from the original Hyzok backpack, and then it's all styrene and putty and plastic.
But what I really like about this build overall is it's deceptively simple. Absolutely, like you look at this and go, yeah, okay, so you repainted it. I remember hearing a dude at GMC goes, this guy just repainted a Zaku white and blue, and I'm like,
well, that's
did not
what's funny.
see the work into it.
I was like,
so I got the award, and I came back and I'm like, I'm just gonna put this And so like my story when I won was like, this just happened. And I just had it by my kit. And as I was doing that, all the people were upcoming and they're like, what did you do to this kit? Like, what's the big deal? And I'm like, well, that scratch bill, that's from this, that's whatever. What lucked out really in my favor, Xavier, he's not been very active anymore. He works for
I know, yeah. Yeah, he's super cool too. Yeah,
and he knew looking at that did not exist before I made it. And he knew what parts were from what, and he really helped sell, I think, to the other judges how much work I actually did. But yeah, there's the shoulder. I mean,
I think it was Xavier that year at 2018 at Anime NYC was the only reason that I had any chance at all of doing anything there. Was that Xavier knew.
Because people like, so put this in perspective. We had a local GBWC 2019 in Indianapolis where I live.
Mm-hmm.
I took this to that competition. I didn't even place.
It helps when you have a judge that knows what they're talking about, or
they don't
the
know
source material.
They look at it, and it's the problem. That's the problem, right? With doing such amazing work is that it's for someone that doesn't know. They don't know. They won't be able to tell that this because it looks that good. It looks that
you snap built the kit.
You're like, oh yeah, you just painted a thing. Like, yeah, I see that. Yeah, that looks like
look at this reshape.
Like that.
Yeah, look at this reshape right here.
Like, I know, right? Dude, and like the verniers on the legs, they're so crispy and beautiful. Ooh. Like they're just it's so good. It's just so
people don't understand the amount of work that goes into reshaping.
That was so
pieces like this. look at how flat this is.
That was a bitch.
Ooh.
That's your science, bro.
Plastic
and
putty.
There's a lab coat.
This is plastic magic.
Yeah.
That's science magic. That's a magic. This is a magician's coat. All right, like that. But yes, this. Oh man, this.
Yeah, a lot of work. That I mean, it doesn't. I mean, it's like you see it. It just it was a lot of fucking work.
A lot of work, bro.
Yeah,
it shows.
I know.
It really does.
So if we're gonna go with a quick critique from me, right?
Of course.
Is not in terms of the execution, but your narrative, I think, is a little bit lost.
Yeah.
So you have the two gentlemen shaking hands and stuff like that, but it doesn't really tell me that he just sold this thing, right? Because it's a hobby high Zach.
It is,
and it's Go ahead, Jay.
If you zoom in on the foot, that's behind the gentleman.
Well, let's go
find a better picture.
Yeah,
I know this doesn't help per se because you have to fucking look, but if you zoom in right there.
There is a for sale. There's a soul sign or a sale sign.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like you have to really.
Yeah, I know, but I like that. That's the kind of shit I like.
So Brandon James has a question.
Yeah.
When you guys say backpack, are you guys talking about the back of the chest, like an add-on piece for wings or jet beams?
The actual backpack.
Like we're talking
like
the back of the pack that's in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like a rucksack or whatever.
You have the upper torso and then a backpack.
The pack that's in the back.
Yeah, this is a pack, right? It's attached to the back. So yeah, this is what whenever we say backpack, this is what we're talking about usually. When we talk about the back of the chest, like
this thing,
you probably won't see it.
Back.
Yeah,
that's back.
Yeah, this is back. This is
pack.
backpack.
That's backpack.
Back.
Exactly.
Backpack.
Bam.
There you go. But yeah, man. Yeah. So yeah, I think.
And I kind of thought with the name. So like I said, my first idea was to have a car lot, and that really what threw me for 2 months. I was trying to create a 1/100 scale inflatable tube man that would actually work.
Oh, that would have been so good.
I know. That's what I wanted, like a whole used car lot with 2 fucking inflatable guys,
like flags, like on the strings and shit, like
just, and then all that happening. So basically, imagine that scene with a little more context.
I like it.
You can still do
it. Don't dream it, do it.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
Totally still do it.
And I thought it was cool. I really thought it was cool that I won and I didn't have any weapons. Like it's completely no weapons.
Doesn't need any.
It didn't need any. Yeah, like I said, like seeing this thing, and if you knew what it was, and the amount of work that you put into it, like you're like,
Well,
oh
even
man.
some people that don't know what it was, I mean, because apparently B Club put out a resin kit like 2 decades ago or something. I don't know.
It doesn't look like that.
No.
No, it really doesn't. Like I think you also one great thing that you've managed to do with this thing is you got the proportions right. The proportions are really good on this thing, and I mean, you can look at it and go, yeah, it's a Zaku, and, it's Zaku proportions and stuff like that. But like the added width that you gave the thighs was right. Like the little added chunk that you did to the side thrusters on the legs were also right. Like it didn't look like it was out of place. It didn't look like the foot was too skinny. Like it's a good
I think
ratio.
after it looks less proportionate. Yeah, before I did the modifications for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm super happy with it. I just need to get something else next to it now.
We hadn't even talked about the finish yet either. Like,
oh shit! And it could definitely use a little more. It could use some love.
Yeah, like the finish, I think is very reflective. But it did. I think did you polish this thing too, or
no,
did you just,
I did not. I ran out. I would ran out of time too. I would have.
Yeah, I think that was the one thing.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, the one thing I was
like, all the orange peel on that, dude. But it's mine. It's my baby. So
What gloss did you use?
I used well, I had a problem. Another thing, I was going through a really bad batch of Alclad Clear.
Oh.
So about half the parts like fucked me royally. And it was getting like deadline time. And I was like, oh shit. So Mr. Clear. Mr. Clear, what super gloss? Mr. Super
That's
Clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. GX.
Lots of layers.
Yeah, sometimes a lot of people don't realize this, but when you're using clear, sometimes you have to do you can't just stop at one layer. You gotta...
No, fucking well, especially if you want gloss, so that literally is probably about 6 layers of clear. You do like a dusting coat, let that dry, but you want it wet. You want it wet where it's almost going to drip, but doesn't.
Yeah, wet coat.
You want moist.
I want it wet, like oh no, and then you're like, no, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah, it's a very thin line, but the more you spray it, I just glossed this 360 controller. So
that's an Xbox controller.
Yeah. I'm getting pretty good at the gloss.
Yeah, that was good. Very nice.
But I'm a polisher. I love polishing. I like to take if you want to get a high gloss, you can polish bare plastic to super high gloss.
Yeah.
Yep.
This Haro is bare plastic.
I think
might be a little dusty.
Nah.
But this is super,
no, it is
I wonder how shiny I can get this Haro.
Shane, listen, all right, we don't allow dust on kits here.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'm not submitting this for a critique, okay? If you're submitting it, get that duster out.
Shane, how high did you go grit to polish that?
Compound?
Did you use a compound?
I'm gonna have to look at my sanding. Yeah.
No, I'm guessing it was up there, dude. 20s.
I used the Alclad polishing set. Not Alclad. Who is it? I can't find my polishing set.
Tamiya polishing compounds?
No. I mean, it was in the 20s of thousands.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It was.
It would have been 30,000 maybe.
Yeah.
Very nice.
40,000. It could have been. It was. I took the tire. Then I used rubbing compound. So I put it through the whole rubbing compound everything.
Excellent.
Nice.
Yeah, the highest I keep on hand is like 14,000.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Hookups.
It's stupid. I mean, it doesn't feel like anything, but when you start running it, you can see it bring out that shine for sure.
Hell yeah.
It feels like cloth. Okay. Where's my polishing kit? I don't even know. I haven't used it in so
Threw
long.
it out. I'm sorry, I threw it out.
I just got some new bonnets to use with my new David 550 D550 rotary tool. It's got like the
shit.
rheostat on it,
Ooh.
forward backward. So, oh man,
Wow.
especially the forward backward with polishing, I can be able to polish every inside corner. Nothing can stop me.
Is that black handle thing with the thing?
No. That's the inline sander. I have the inline sander, and then I got like this nice little. It's like a remote sort of unit.
Well, I need that too.
It's nice. Yeah, I got it from Galactic in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Do they still have it up on the site?
They
I
do.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Definitely take a look at it, man. I think it might be worth a tool worth getting for sure.
I'm all about the tools.
Say, talking to Zach, say Brian sent you.
I will totally tell them.
Yeah.
All right. So, if you guys don't follow him, please do at Thedaftrobo. I know he hasn't been as active. I know he's been trying to be a little bit more active lately, right? With your
I'm trying to get stuff. I'm thinking about. I've been doing a lot of video games stuff. I'm playing Xbox.
Nice.
Ooh,
Look at that sexy thing.
Thank you. I'm about to play in a PlayStation 4. I've just been painting random shit.
I
but
just
I've been
got a
really
4 too, Shane.
What? Did you get a
I don't
Slay?
play it yet though. I got it from
I
the
haven't played
boys,
either.
from Z and Julio and Chris
yeah.
and Kyle. Yeah.
Pretty soon he's gonna paint Courtney. He's gonna paint like bits and
I
pieces of his house.
So I mod it. Like I want to hack it up. So hopefully the PlayStation I have isn't like I have to be below a certain firmware so I can hack it up.
Sure.
Because I want all those games for free. I can't play online, but who cares?
Don't go piracy over here.
Yo, I really love single player experiences in video games.
Say what?
I really love single player experiences in video games.
They're great. That's all I ever used to play. And then when COVID hit, some guys at work. Oh, puppy. Some of the guys talked me to get an Xbox One, so I was playing Call of Duty with them, and it just got lame. So
Right.
I'm back on the solo plane. I'm about to beat Link's Awakening on the Switch.
Yeah,
that's what I've been doing.
Awesome.
All right. So yeah, absolutely beautiful build. Please follow
Thank
him
you.
at the
Thanks for having me. Thanks for looking at my stuff.
So with that, as Shane is about to wrap up, we are about to wrap this up. So let's go ahead and go through the quartet right here, and we'll see where everybody can find everybody. Starting with
Man.
Hey guys. Once again, I'm Brian. I go by the Bro Builder. I host the Kodokai Robo Dojo on Tuesdays and Thursdays on my YouTube channel called Kodokai. It used to be called Bro Builder, but that's super narcissistic, and it's not about me. It's about the group of people that I hang out with, and we talk about models.
Fuck you, Brian. It's all about Chris Pabs. All right, youtube.com/Chris Pabs.
Listen to this guy. Anyhow, I have like an Instagram channel, and I tweet stuff occasionally too, and I try and like retweet the cool stuff that I find on like model makers and stuff on Twitter. So if you guys want to check me out there, you can too. I'm here with these guys, having a great time. This is Z's shirt. I think you can still get this. If you can't get this, you can talk to Chris. Maybe you can still get one. But Julio's and Kyle's shirts are up, so check those out too. But anyways, thanks you guys. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. Thank you for giving us the time, man. Always a pleasure to talk to you about this stuff.
Yeah.
All right, you're up.
Thanks for watching episode 6 of Critical Builds, guys. It was great. I really loved all these builds. Like, even that choppy shit from Schwarmageddon. Like, that's bad. That's on some real bad. You can find me on the internet, Clipping Nubs. I am the Chooch Magooch. Go get yourself a shirt.
Can't see the Magooch part, man.
You can't even see the Magooch.
That's the Magooch right there.
This is my critical pup. She's going to go jump somewhere.
Oh, those ears, though.
You're just going to show your butt. This is my butt.
Yeah.
That's my butt.
Chooch Magooch.
There
Love
you
it.
go.
Phenomenal.
Love it. This is a great shirt. It's soft.
Show them
Really
the
nice.
back.
Oh, the back piece. Come
Show
on,
the back.
Babs. Come on, Babs.
What's on the back?
See it?
Shut up, stupid.
Shut up, stupid. Come on, Babs. Making me turn around.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody seen my back before. What's wrong with you? Fuck out of here.
All right, thank you, Julio.
Appreciate it. Bye, guys.
Appreciate you, man.
See
All
you
right,
Tuesday.
and then a special guest here, Shane.
What up, guys? Thanks so much for having me. You can find me on Instagram. Thedaftrobo, I'm not very active. I do put out a funky jam most every Friday, so you check that out. I may be having a YouTube channel come up soon. I don't know, maybe.
Hey.
Got some footage on some things. Might be doing some fixing. Might be doing some model making. Who knows?
Hey, man, the
Come
world
chat,
is your oyster.
It is, and I don't like oysters.
Oh, well, the world is your shawarma.
I don't.
I like
The world is your
Thank
No,
Gucci.
seriously, thanks for having me. It's been a blast. Thanks for everyone that submitted. It does take a lot of balls to put yourself out there to be critiqued. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and yeah, thank you for taking the time, Shane. I know you've been on a bit of a hiatus and stuff like that, but you know it's always a good time to hang out and
You're just giving me
talk about
time to
talk
get
shop.
better, Shane.
Yeah, that's what I've been slipping, and all these guys are coming up, and I'm like, damn, I'm slipping. No, that's good.
Thank you, Shane. Thank you.
Thanks for
All right,
having me, guys.
of course, man. And then all right, back to me. Thank you guys so much for watching episode 6 of Critical Builds. The next one is going to be in May, and it's probably going to be the clean versus weathered special. I'll announce a date as we finalize that because nothing's finalized yet. We still kind of have to go through all the builds and stuff. So once the winners are announced, then we'll talk about like the episode that's going to be with Zach Aurelius and Tim, child of Dudu. I mean Mecca.
Forever calling him the child of doo-doo.
That's your battle. That is your battle to fight, my brother.
But yeah, so expect an announcement on that soon. So for people that haven't noticed, I'm going to move the camera down a little bit. I'm wearing a one of a kind Critical Build shirt, and this has the Pabst purple on it. So if anybody wants like this color scheme, please let me know, and I can perhaps put an order in for you guys. So right now, so there are no new shirts currently, just because I've been extremely busy and I haven't had the time to make any. But as Brian said, the Chooch Magooch and the Clueless Morgan Plus shirts are still available. Unfortunately, obviously, Kyle wasn't here to be able to model his
Miss you, bud.
his
I miss Kyle.
beautiful face. Yeah. So
Yeah, Kyle.
but
Yeah.
hopefully we will have both Z and Kyle back on next episode, alongside Zach Aurelius and Tim, child of Mecca. Uh, so that's going to be definitely going to be a packed episode. Please keep your eyes out and let your friends know. And then if you guys don't know, please submit. If you guys have any builds, whether in work in progress, whether it's finished, whether it's a Gundam or a car, a ship, a plane, a Macross kit, or any of that. Just to submit. There's a link tree on both my profile and Critical Builds' Instagram profile. That's where you can find all the merchandise as well as all of the channels and all that stuff. So, definitely check it out. And if you have a build that you want us to talk about, submit there. And with that, guys, we will see you next episode. We'll probably see you guys on Ryan, is there a Tuesday stream?
Maybe.
Who knows? Yeah, probably. If not, then we will see you on either in another Critical Chill and on the next Critical Bills. And with that, guys, we will see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.